And what is up? We are back, The Couch Company. My name is Jon, and with me, Tyler D.
Hey, Jon. Jon P.
Jon P. and Tyler D. back at it again.
Yeah.
It's never gonna be the same twice. I'm just telling you that right now.
That's fine. I feel like we did something like that because I think we did a DP joke.
DP, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did at some point. I feel like we've done everything.
Yeah.
But here we are, back again. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
The weekend before. Is it the weekend of that? Is that what you would call it? It's on Monday, so.
Technically, it would
Today.
be today as you're listening to this.
I know. I never get used to that. I should be better. That is called showmanship.
Yeah.
And it's something I should have and don't. So happy MLK Day.
Yeah, I'm off today. You're off today.
Yes.
That was kind of neat that they.
And I have a birthday tomorrow, dude. I should have took off tomorrow as well, but I didn't. January's usually our busy month, so it's like
happy pre-birthday. I keep forgetting that it is Tuesday.
Yeah. I'm finally the same age as Mike Bear now.
I know.
25.
That's cool.
Ugh, just catches up so quick, man.
Dude, you're gonna have so many physical problems. Like you're gonna start aching here in I don't know.
Is that what happens?
Couple days. Yeah.
What does that happen at 25? Yeah.
At 25, you're like, oh, I'm not
gonna have a sudden urge to
be.
yell at kids on my grass.
No, because you're not gonna have grass yet. That's like when you hit 30 or something. When you get a house, that's when you start yelling at the kids on your grass.
That's true. I can't wait because you're gonna be one of those people for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, so yes, only if I spend a lot of time on my grass. Like if I'm proud of something, or if I'm like,
dude, look at
mowing the lawn, and then
right.
some kids are running on it and just ruining it.
Yeah.
I don't care about kids so much as if people are letting their pets crap all over my yard and stuff. That's when
it's good fertilizer, man.
I'll get angry. It will not they pee everywhere. It makes it kills the grass.
The grass. Yeah, I feel like you would have a nice outdoor backyard or whatever, front yard.
I don't want one. Chelsea wants like a nice yard and stuff. I don't really care.
Yeah, because you're gonna make sure it's nice.
Yeah, but it's also it's gonna be a lot of upkeep.
No, exactly. I know exactly why you don't want one, but once you have one, it's gonna be immaculate because that's just how Tyler rolls.
As long as there are no trees.
Oh yeah, trees are rough.
I don't want any trees.
I have a big tree in my backyard and there's roots everywhere. It's a mess.
Roots, leaves.
Yeah, leaves.
Lightning bolts. Striking it and falls on your roof.
Yeah,
your roof.
That's probably less common, but yeah,
it's a thing. The only thing I could see with a tree, well, that and all the insects and stuff. I don't like spiders.
You don't like spiders?
Yeah, they climb up the tree. It's an easy access because they can get on your roof and then they come through the chimney.
Yep,
bite you in your sleep.
They can. That is true. But sometimes I hear you get powers from that, so that would be cool.
No, dude, that's a one. I'm the exception. No, I'm the rule. I will not get powers. I'll just wake up with a swollen something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. But hey, if the lightning is hitting a tree, hitting your house, maybe if you're that unlucky, you're also...
I can make you nervous the whole time. So if you look up, is there a little bug on the ceiling? Do you see one up there?
No.
No? Okay. So it actually might have gone away. There's been those 1,000-leggers? Yeah. Yeah, there's a 1,000-legger living on the ceiling for
I didn't know that
better part of this week.
Traverse the ceiling.
I didn't know either.
Crazy.
But it was just it stayed there for literally 5 days, since Monday.
Yeah.
And I used to always sit underneath there, and I haven't sat under there since then.
Man, you really hate bugs.
I hate bugs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you seem like a very cleanly,
it's not even cleanly or anything. It creeped me out, man. I don't like them.
Yeah, there is something inherently creepy about things that have more limbs than us, right?
Yeah. No,
I don't know why that is, though. There's no reason for it. You know what I mean? You know how elephants are scared of rats?
Yeah.
Or mice? It's one of the two.
Mice, classic.
And it makes no sense. Because, and it's the same thing with us and bugs. It's we're so much larger and, they literally can't do shit to us.
Yeah.
But we have this, fear of them. It's really bizarre.
We push them with our little finger and they're gone.
I mean, maybe spiders make more sense because, some spiders can fuck you up. So maybe, inherently we're, kind of cautious of that.
I'm not even scared of that. I there's no rational reason.
I know, but, that would be the only rational reason, instinctually we're scared of
if you're
some
in the Philippines or Australia, where it's just this is as big as a house. And
well, obviously, that's a different story, but I'm just talking about your great ancestors.
Yeah.
Probably, were fucking around with spiders. And, they were killing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like spiders were dangerous.
Apparently, spiders are phenomenal. Like they keep all the other bugs away and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's like a good thing to have. But
no, for sure, right? Because they catch flies and stuff.
Yeah,
they suck the blood out of them.
Do you like bigger spiders or smaller spiders?
I don't like spiders.
Less. Like if you had to pick one, would you rather have a giant spider or not? Well, not necessarily giant. Not like a tarantula.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking like size of a quarter or like a tiny little one, almost like a little like mite looking thing. Like, would you rather see the spider or just know that there's a spider there, but it's so small you can't see it?
Rather see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, that's such a bizarre question. It doesn't matter size to me. It matters like what kind of spider it is. If it's like a black widow, we're fucking out, bro. Like that's not happening. Down. Exactly. Yeah. That's what terrifies me. It's like, oh, some spiders will just fucking kill you if you don't get treated in X amount of time or something. But I will say, dude, speaking of like huge ass spiders and stuff in Australia, that is like Australia is hell. I'm pretty sure on Earth.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
that shit is just like unbelievable.
If it was anywhere else, you would think that they were. It was like a meme, like they're joking.
Yeah, like it's Photoshop.
Yeah,
or
like they're just
crazy.
they cut it out and enlarge it.
Dude, I remember Margot Robbie's from Australia. You know,
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
yeah. So and she was like talking about like. I forget what it was, but there's like this huge ass animal that was like in the house, and her mom like calmly walks in and is like, "Hey, can you just get rid of this thing?" It's like they're used to it. It's just fucking life for them. I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here.
No, thank you.
That is insane to me. I'd be terrified. You actually know, so this might not be true, but I'm going to say it like it is. There's like this one cacti or something in Australia or something. It's this plant that has needles on it or something. And if you get pricked by it or something, like the pain's excruciating and it never goes away apparently.
I heard that.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
So it's like apparently like people accidentally get hit by this stuff and then they commit suicide because it's like it never goes away.
That's
I don't even know if that's true. That might be made up, but I was like, holy shit.
Someone
told me that or something. I don't know where I saw that.
I think
I saw it. I think there's like someone said that like someone was like doing a dare or something. They wiped their butt with it. And I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Gosh, dude.
Some people are
dumb.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane.
Just don't believe it.
Yeah, I'm never going to Australia.
I was supposed to. Forever
Really?
ago. Yeah. I think we talked about it like way back.
If you could take a trip anywhere in the world, where would you go? Japan?
Yeah. If I had so the only caveat to that would be I need a tour guide.
Yes.
I need somebody taking care of everything for me, and I just want to like walk behind them.
Yeah, for sure. Like someone who's fluent in Japanese.
Like they take care of it all, and I just go and I experience everything, which I know it kind of defeats the purpose of traveling. I get that. But
like I guess there's something to be said about figuring it out yourself. Dude, I feel like people just fucking hate tourists, though. Like you're trying to do shit, and like I just feel like it's so annoying. So yeah, having someone like preferably someone who's like your friend or something.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I mean. Like somebody that's been there before and knows some like cool places to go or to do stuff or whatever. Like that's the stuff. Like I would love to go to Japan, see all kind of the sights and different things like that, and kind of like get all the food and like try the weird like squid ink McDonald's everywhere and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then just go to like some shop and just get some weird like souvenir like I don't know old ass video game stuff and
that's awesome.
Japanese.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Cool.
Like,
there's a lot of things in Japan.
Is it worth the what is it like 15 hours or something like that? Like what's the plane
flight
ride on it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, is it worth that? I don't know, but
the international flights aren't too bad. I mean, they're expensive, but they're kind of nice. You get like movies and shit. So
do you want to wear a mask for 15 hours on a flight?
Oh, I mean, now it's fucked. But Japan's not even letting anyone in anymore. So it's like,
oh really?
No, I think they shut down again. So it's like.
Yeah,
dude. Anytime they get an excuse to shut down, Japan's very isolated. They don't like people.
Out.
So I think.
Yeah.
If we have any Japanese listeners, I apologize.
Every time we mention a country, we suddenly get a listener from there. There's got to be.
That's true. Maybe we should just like start going through countries. Yeah, for sure.
Hello, Ghana.
Yeah.
So I had a friend
place.
Jay from grade school, and he had like a plan to take over the world at one point.
That's concerning.
It started in Ghana. I don't remember the plan, but I remember the country that he was like, "This is what you do: you capture Ghana." And then he
talk about Risk or real life.
That real life. I don't think there is Ghana in Risk.
I'm sure. There's one.
There's
it's in some area. Yeah. That's weird.
Ghana's what, Africa? Is that right?
Yeah. You should not associate yourself with these people, man.
He's
that is
pretty talented.
Crazy.
He keeps posting these these pictures on Instagram where he's like shooting a whole bunch of targets super fast and like reloading a revolver and like shooting a whole bunch more.
It's cool.
Impressive. Yeah,
it's like a speed gun.
It's like what Nate said, but he has Jay has like the GoPro and everything. So it's like this first person like, this awesome. Is where they get the Call of Duty stuff from.
Yeah, Nate needs to get one of those. That'd be cool.
That's what I think. I think it'd be cool. He's hitting those targets.
I have a really good idea for Nate. So Nate, if you're listening to this, which you're not, but if you were ever, this is what you should do. You should start a YouTube channel and review guns from movies and video games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And see like how they hold up versus like the depiction of them. Now, the reason this would work so well, and you might laugh at this, is because you would have some like the thumbnails like write themselves for that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like Call of Duty 4's M4, like how good is it or something. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, you'd have that COD 4 kind of thumbnail.
Question mark? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is the Scar OP in real life?
Can you snipe somebody with a Desert Eagle?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Is the model 1887 or whatever?
How gold is
a sniper rifle?
Yeah. That's pretty good.
I'm telling you, that would be it probably already exists, but I think that'd be I think that'd be a cool channel.
Yeah.
And that would be right up Nate's alley, obviously.
Sure.
Because he knows what he's talking about and shit.
I mean, Deathloop just came out. He hated Deathloop from the gun standpoint.
Yeah, he's like a snob now, dude, and I can't stand it. Sorry, Nate.
No, I mean,
really.
it's...
But it's understandable. Like, when you become an expert in something, obviously you're going to, like, look at things differently when
I view that the same way as whenever I watch movie, television, whatever, and anyone's playing a video game.
Yeah.
It's never right.
Oh, yeah.
Either
like how
they're missing the battery pack sometimes. They have the controllers upside down. I'm making that up. But like one person has an Xbox controller, the other person has like a...
Dude, it is so ridiculous. It's like, okay, this is my biggest pet peeve with that is like whenever they have a controller, their APMs are off the fucking charts, dude. That's not how you play a game. Like if you were to like record someone playing a game, you'd have some stick movements, some button pressing, but they're like fucking going crazy. Like they're playing a fighting game. Like, everyone's playing a fighting game, man.
If it's a fighting game, I get it. And there are a couple movies that they were like playing like Mortal Kombat or something like that. And like, all right, you're button mashing. Like that's fine.
Yeah, but still,
but
fucking
if you look closely, you'll see a lot of them, they use both sticks. On a fighting game. It's like, how are you using, what are you doing with that right
Maybe
stick?
They're playing tread knots.
maybe tread knots. Everybody
Double
should,
stick, and I don't think you'd
everybody
use that
should
many
play tread knots.
Tread knots is amazing. We should do like a tournament.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
That would be good.
That's a great couch game too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's right there, bro.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. We actually had a video on tread knots, but that was like on our old channel, right?
Yeah, I could probably port that over. That's a fun time.
I don't think it was anything special, but yeah.
It's a good look at what the game is. Like I still think that's one of the best controlling
It
games.
is. It's simple, it's easy, it's fun. It's just sit down and play with your friends, right? And just so many
You watch Gerard
awesome
play
moments.
it and he just gets he does not. If Gerard doesn't pick something up immediately,
Gerard hated it.
He either hates it or loves it. Those are the two switches for Gerard.
Well, yeah, Gerard's a very extreme person.
It's either the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world. I love that about him, to be completely honest.
No, yeah,
you know
it's
right
for
away
sure. And you never know
stands.
what it's going to be. Like you play a little card game with tacos on them, and that's his favorite fucking board game ever.
Somehow
apparently.
that jumps
Unbelievable.
From like, I've never heard about this game too. This is in my top 3 games of all time.
I love it.
Yeah.
He knows he knows who he is.
It's fantastic.
He knows what he likes. Hey, you got to respect that about someone, man. When you know yourself that well. Because like we're sitting here like, do we like this? And we're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like we're like that more.
So he's officiating our wedding. Right?
Yeah, you told me.
And it's actually funny because I was thinking about this in the shower today. So we went and we were looking at like different suits for the groomsmen, which we'll get into because that's a whole
suits.
Whole thing.
Suits
man.
are amazing.
And
just to hijack what you're about to say right now,
Yeah.
so just fuck yourself.
Okay.
But dude, so suits for me. Do you ever have that one outfit where you're just like you feel like you're unstoppable?
Yeah.
So that's suits for me. So what is that for you? Like some people, it's like a nice hoodie or something. Or
when you say unstoppable, you're talking like go out in the world and like you feel good about it.
Yeah,
or
you
like,
feel like you look good. You feel like the most confident in that outfit.
Yeah, I think it's black button up with a leather jacket. I feel pretty badass. I feel like no one's going to be messing with me if I walk down like a dark alley or something like that. Yeah.
No, I like that.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, dude, everyone's got that one outfit. For me, it's a fucking nice suit.
I wear my boots, not necessarily because they're comfortable, but it's more of just like they give me like a 2-inch
increase
that's always
in
my height too.
Yeah, for sure. Damn, dude. You do look good in the leather jacket.
Oh, thanks, man. It's
when
my,
you were
my
like
Wolverine.
Yeah,
my
exactly.
Wolverine jacket. Yeah.
You are pretty much Wolverine, almost.
Close.
Minus
didn't
like
have the claws.
100 pounds of muscle, but
yeah.
And adamantium claws coming at you. Are
It's like
are they adamantium?
Like yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
They're adamantium. Yeah.
Depends on what you.
The two metals are adamantium and vibranium, right?
Yeah.
The main ones.
Yeah.
In Marvel. Okay.
Yeah. I wonder.
I get them confused.
Adamantium. I'm sure somebody knows this already, but like,
of course.
Does vibranium beat adamantium?
I think adamantium beats vibranium because I'm pretty sure Wolverine fucks up Cap's shield at some point.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool. I feel like that.
Someone fact check me on that,
better.
but yeah. I think adamantium is the hardest metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone check me.
So
but,
anyway, Gerard's
go ahead.
officiating the wedding, the wedding, and I was thinking like, well, originally, so for Nate's wedding, we did like a group like fitting. We went out to like dinner or lunch afterwards, and it was just kind of like a day, like it was like a thing, like an outing.
Yeah.
And I thought it'd
went
be
to Ichiban and you got sick because you had shellfish.
Yeah, well, and I was thinking, obviously we would try to do the same thing, and I thought it'd be funny that normally you would just be like, okay, Gerard is officiating, but he'll still dress up like all the other groomsmen,
right?
But I was like, what if I kind of like pull a prank on him and give him like do you ever see Princess Bride?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so like the Pope, or like the priest guy or whatever, and like the thing he's wearing, and like this just really crazy costume.
Yeah,
I was thinking if I could like get that off of Amazon and just like have it in the back, so then whenever they're like, all right, we're gonna measure you and everything, and then they bring that out for him to wear.
Oh man,
just to see his face, or just to see if like is he screwing with me? Like,
yeah, that's so
really
funny.
Fun. Yeah. So anyway, we went.
What if he was like, yeah, I'm in. I'm wearing this.
That would actually be pretty funny too.
Amazing.
He was the one that said, "Okay, I'm going to start it off with like marriage," like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think that'd be hilarious. That'd be really fun.
That would be really good.
But
Gerard did.
So I booked a consultation at Men's Warehouse, and I'm going to put Men's Warehouse a little bit on blast. So hopefully we don't have sponsors.
Please sponsor us.
Yeah. But we walk in, and I think it's this pandemic, right?
Yeah.
Where the cream of the crop, so to speak, in terms of like salespeople and employees and stuff like that, they're like gone. Like they found better jobs, or they just quit and they're like, screw this is not worth my time, energy, whatever. So you're just left with these people who just like hate their lives and they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
So we go in and we're like 15 minutes early. So they're like, hey, what can we do for you? I'm like, hey, I had a consultation. Thought maybe if you're not busy, we could just kind of do it now. And the guy's like, okay, what do you want? And I'm like, well, consultation is like, hey, you're the expert. Tell me what I need from yes. I would like some suits, please.
Yes.
Like that's why I'm in a Men's Warehouse.
Right.
And he's like, what color would you like? And I'm like, okay, I would like a gray suit. And he's like, okay. And then it's like a robot, but like a robot from like 1995, right? So it's like, please get me gray. And then he turns and just kind of like starts in the very first suit and just starts going down the line of like black, baby, gray. It like picks up a gray one, picks up another gray one, picks up another gray one. Apparently they only have 3 colors of gray. That's it.
Yikes.
Puts them out. I'm like, okay, well, I said a suit. 2 out of the 3 are tuxedos.
Nice.
So automatically gone, and now we have one option.
Hey, easy for you.
And then it's like, okay, well, so I need like a navy, and I'm trying to figure out how to like set myself apart from the rest of the groomsmen that we're all wearing like the same thing.
Right.
And he's like, and just nothing. I'm just like, oh my gosh, man.
Dude, when I went to Men's Warehouse, it was like a really good experience.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously pre-pandemic, this was years ago, but
well,
like,
I have this like mental thing of like, and we just watched John Wick, right? So I'm going into Men's Warehouse thinking I'm gonna get this Italian guy that's just like, all right, come with me.
Sure.
I'm gonna hold your hand through this entire thing. It was a huge cluster, but we dealt with that. We got our rings. It was just like this, just people. The quality of service that we had today, it was just terrible.
Well,
man.
I was actually watching a video on this, and the whole COVID situation has really hurt the service industry, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you just have people just quitting left and right because it's not worth it for them, and you're left with people, who don't want to be there, like you saw, and it's like it's a really big problem. I don't know what we're gonna do about it because, I mean, you have McDonald's paying people like, if you're a manager, like $20-something an hour.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, what else are they going to do? It's pretty nuts. So I don't know, man. That's definitely a big problem. I was going to say, a couple years ago when I went to Men's Warehouse, like, I had a really great experience. Like, all the guys, like, you have these young guys in there. Mm-hmm. I remember I, like, went to school with one of the guys. Like, this was like back in high school, and he had a part-time job there, and they, like, love suits. And because I knew the kid, and he's like a big suit guy, and he knows everything about them, and they're like excited. They like talking about it. They like having you try it on, and
right.
You know, they're telling you how good you look and shit. It's like a great.
Here's the thing. Like it
was a great time.
I don't understand. Like this kid had like a sweatshirt on.
Oh, what?
Like he wasn't wearing a suit.
Men's Warehouse, they always had suits. They had suits
the
on.
older guy for sure. Yeah, you're selling that. Like wear the thing you're trying to sell.
They always look so nice, like, for sure.
Yeah, it was just like
That's bizarre.
And like I walked in with like, you know, like I mean, obviously I need a haircut. I'm disheveled. Like I'm wearing like
what doesn't matter what you walk in with.
But I'm wearing like a hoodie and stuff and things like that. It's like clearly I'm not like some fashion expert. Like I'm coming to you because I need you to like. I booked a consultation. Like, if I knew what I wanted, I wouldn't be here. I would just get it all online and call it a day. Like, I don't know.
You got to get it like
and then, so real quick, like after all this ordeal, and we got the rings and everything, which was fine. But even that lady was like, she was having trouble with like the technology, like ordering something. She like we were like, hey, about engraving because we're getting our like anniversary date in it.
Yeah,
and she was just like, oh yeah. She's like, what? She's like, I think that's free. She's like ready to rig us out. Anyway, and then we went to Chipotle, and this guy, he's a nice guy, but he's asking Chelsea for her order and my order at the same time. So he's trying to do both. Strategy. Yeah, doing both things.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, right. I'm like, hey, no rice. So he takes white rice, puts it in my bowl. And I'm just like, I don't want white rice. I'm trying to I want to take those calories away, and you give me guac. Like that's how I justify it. Anyway.
Oh my god.
But so he puts that in, and he's like, okay. And I'm like, I just want no rice, both beans and barbacoa. He's like, okay. Puts both beans in. He's like, what kind of you want, like chicken, steak? I'm like, oh my gosh, like barbacoa, please. And
they usually like go step by step, don't they?
Yeah.
Like, hey, what rice do you want?
Yeah. Well,
hey, what beans do you want?
Yeah.
Hey, what protein do you want?
It was my fault for giving him a bulk.
That one's yours.
A bulk order.
That one's on you.
Okay.
I was kidding.
It was, man, today was rough. But
I'm sorry to hear that, Tyler.
That's all right, because we're podcasting now.
We are podcasting now.
I can vent my frustration.
It is a great time to vent your frustrations. My day was probably just as tough. I woke up, and then I went back to bed. And then I woke up again, and then I played some video games, and now I'm here.
What video game did you play?
The League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Remember when I was telling you, Tyler, I have all these games I need to play? Yeah, that's my problem.
No, that's okay.
I just go back to the addiction.
You still have Final Fantasy to finish up.
Yeah, I got Final Fantasy to finish up.
God of War came out yesterday.
I haven't touched Forza yet.
Yeah.
And I have this fucking wheel sitting there.
That's actually kind of nuts.
Yeah.
I thought you would be jazzed about that.
I am, but I have to finish. Like, I hate having things on my plate to do.
Yeah.
So I have to finish those first. But I also hate finishing work. So I just play League. Does that make sense?
Sure, but I feel like Forza is that perfect ice cream game that just kind of...
Well, once I have my wheel on, I'm going to be playing Forza, and then if I want to play something else, I have to take it off. Hassle, it's like a whole bit thing. So I'm kind of,
Is that not something where you could like flip your desk around?
No.
I don't know how yours... Okay.
Yeah, my setup... Yeah, I can't do that. I'm going to have to take that off, and like I don't know where I'm going to store it, so it's still in the box. So
I can understand that then.
Yeah. But I am really excited to play Forza, but yeah. I heard God of War was like pretty nice port, actually. Is what
Digital Foundry said it was excellent.
Yeah.
And like if they're saying it's excellent, that's pretty...
It's pretty high marks, right? Yeah. So I'm really excited to
Did you get it on sale? I sent you the link last night.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'm excited to do that as well. But... we'll have to see when I have time to do all this shit. I mean, we have a 3-day weekend, so I should be able to I should be able to finish Final Fantasy this weekend and start something else. Yeah. But speaking of games, we actually have been playing It Takes Two.
Yes.
Like we talked about last week.
Yeah, we did something we talked about. Yeah, that's amazing. That's pretty good.
We didn't finish it. We're about, I guess, a third of the way through.
So I looked on how long to beat, and I think... I mean, don't hold me to this, because again, it just kind of came out, so I wonder how good those metrics are.
You don't have a huge sample size.
Exactly, yeah. So they're saying I think it's 12 hours to beat the game, and it takes about 15 for a full completion. But the only completion that I've seen so far is just like those mini games you can play with other people.
Yeah, maybe it's talking about like you miss some of those, and you have to go back and something. But
I don't think
3
it's
extra
worth it,
hours,
but yeah.
That's kind of weird. There's no collectibles or anything as far
Not
as
that we've seen, unless we're just terrible with those collectibles.
Very fucking bad.
Yeah,
dude. For how long it? What's it called? How long to beat?
How long to beat?
Yeah. So when I like see that stuff, I'm usually pretty like a little bit under what it says for the whatever to beat it. Because I know in Horizon I was like a couple hours under, and I did like the DLC and shit. So
yeah, but I think the difficulty changes some stuff up too.
Yeah, I was playing on story mode. Yeah, I was playing on these robots are fucking weak. They're like, jeez, man.
But so It Takes Two. It was like, I think if we want to sum it up, I still want to say it was surprising.
Absolutely.
For me. And this isn't our official review. Like, just as kind of like first impressions. But
yeah, like I knew it was gonna be a quality game. Like I said previously, when you have a Game of the Year contender or winner in this case,
right?
In some instances, you're gonna have some sort of quality there. But I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did. So in our first session, which is up on YouTube,
yes,
I had a blast. We had a lot of fun. We were joking around and shit, and it was just a really fun game.
Yeah, it was. I don't think it. At least right now, I wouldn't say it's very challenging. We died a few times, but it wasn't you knew what to do. It was just like, So
I think there's nothing we got like stumped on, and again, we're in the first part of the game. But I would say it's really nice because it puts you right back in the action when you die.
Yeah.
Like imagine if we had to reload checkpoints. We would probably say it's a lot more difficult when we did die in those instances.
Or it's more frustrating. And
right.
So you just kind of, you push through it. Like, that's all.
No, I think the way they do it is really nice. Like, I think we only reloaded a checkpoint once, and that's when we were in one of the ships or something, like in a plane or something, because you have to reload that when we die. So, or no, maybe it was the Beetle.
I think that's all.
Remember we were riding the Beetle and then we died. So no, I think it's a really fun game so far. It's like really interesting and creative, like all these different types of game, like a lot of different types of gameplay and stuff. Like I was saying, like you're flying in a plane at one point and you get these weapons at one point and find yourself in the middle of a war.
I mean, the whole point of the game is these two parents are getting a divorce and they're about to tell their kid, and their kid is crying, and apparently their kid is a witch. And
watch her. It's so funny, actually.
She's just like crying.
I feel
bad.
Which is so mean. Dude, she is so creepy, man.
She is very creepy. Yeah,
she literally, I don't think I've ever seen her blink, and she just mumbles and walks around. It is weird.
It's weird because you don't have a lot of what I would say personality and animation on the human characters.
Right.
And they're not a huge part of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
So it
makes sense.
Everything else is so stylized and I think very well voice acted.
No, the voice actors are great.
I think that the people that you want to be annoyed at do a very good job at making you annoyed at them.
Yep.
But they play it off really well. But the mechanics, and I talked about this on the stream, where it's like it gives me almost like a Mario Odyssey vibe, where you're constantly getting new gadgets for like a set number of levels. So like there was one where like I had a hammer and you had a nail.
Yep.
Or like you have like the shrink, or I have like a shrink gun or something. Or you can just shrink.
I could shrink and grow, and you had magnet boots, or anti-grav boots, or something.
And I think they do a pretty good job, like kind of giving you cool things to do with it, so you feel important and
it's really creative and changes up the gameplay, like I said. And as like in the same vein as a Mario Odyssey, just when something maybe starts to feel a little stale, now you get something new and fresh.
Yeah.
So that's like such a great balance with that to keep you engaged, to keep you going.
How do you feel about games that? So this isn't like an add-on game, really. Like it's like they give you different abilities. So like grinding, and like you can we have like a rope now that we can like swing on stuff.
Yeah.
How do you feel about when games don't keep adding to your repertoire, but more of like, hey, this section you have this thing that you can use, and then the next section is something different, where you're focusing on just those mechanics? Like, do you think that that's like too simplified, or do you like that where it's like they don't have to worry about like, oh, well, if you had this gadget in this area, you could cheese it in a certain way. So they just kind of like eliminate that. Like,
yeah, so I guess there's two thoughts here. I mean, one, sometimes it can become a little bit overwhelming when you have too many choices in a game, right? So I guess that's a potential downside when you just keep adding to your inventory. So it's a little bit more streamlined that way. Mm-hmm. But I will say, because the first thing that comes to mind when you're talking about like these sorts of things, right? So, I mean, you have It Takes Two, and then I never played Odyssey, but I guess it's the same kind of thing, right? Where you get something in a specific area.
Yeah, it's less about, and granted, I played Odyssey when it first came out, so my memory could be fuzzy, but like I think it was less about the abilities that you had as a character so much, and it was more about like what you did in the environment.
Right. So you have
same type, but
you have things like that. But then on the flip side of that, what you're talking about, where you just keep getting things, is something like Ratchet and Clank, where you get all these gadgets and stuff, you keep adding and adding, and you can use them. And the cool thing about that style of game is now you can switch up your strategy, while you're playing, right? There's so I guess the replayability is higher because it's like, oh, well, I could do it this way, or, I could fight with this thing. But you do run into the issue where it's like, oh, this is clearly superior, and we're just going to use this forever. Yeah. So that shit does happen. So I can see pluses and minuses for both kind of sides. I guess my preference, I mean, it really depends. I actually don't think I have a preference. It depends how well executed it is.
Well, the two
because both styles can be executed well.
I can point to this game, and I can point to Odyssey as good examples of very tight, well created, crafted areas.
No, I like it a lot because even you were bringing up the one example, the one level with the hammer and nails. Mm-hmm. Like, how many creative puzzles where just when you thought you saw everything we could do with those, and now another puzzle comes and it's like, oh wow, like this is really cool.
Oh, that's clever. That's a new way of doing. Oh,
something. I can leave the nail on the wall while you jump, and then I got to pull it out at the right time, or you know what I mean. So all these different combinations and things, and it's really cool. I think they're really imaginative when they come to these platforming and puzzle kind of areas.
It gets really weird. So the initial part is like, oh, honey, we shrunk ourselves type of thing. We're like little tiny dolls. So everything's just big in the world.
Yeah.
And that's fine. We murdered a vacuum cleaner, which was gruesome.
That was horrifying.
We were sucking its eyeballs out and stuff. It was brutal.
Yeah, this game needs to be rated R.
Yeah, I was like, this is this is a kid's game. I don't know. But I like the idea where then they start getting really wacky. I know you mentioned the war. So there's like a war between squirrels and wasps and stuff.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Like, I think we just had a fantastic time with that. And then we left off when suddenly we're in like outer space, and it's like we're talking to a space monkey. Yeah, it's
this game's on drugs for sure.
Yeah, it's
we referenced it many times, but it's like that really kind of silly thing that is right up our alley. I feel like because we just have a lot of fun with it.
It's weird that Psychonauts 2 was good in its own right, but there was, I would almost say that the art direction of this game, I almost prefer over Psychonauts is very consistent.
Yeah.
This thing is we're just going to try everything. And it's fun. It's very fun. I was happy that we played it and it was we were enjoying ourselves the whole time. The only reason why we stopped is hey, it's actually getting late.
Yeah, right. No, exactly. So definitely plan on finishing it though.
Yeah, tomorrow I think we're going to try to
we're going to try to get a chunk tomorrow, and hopefully I think we'll definitely have it done by next episode, so we can just do a full review, and that'll be interesting as well. Mm-hmm. Kind of feel out how we're gonna do our review style and stuff. Tyler was actually sending me some images of
those icons ready to go.
I think they look great, and I like the kind of tiered with the scoring system as well. I think it's a really interesting balance there.
I
haven't seen something like that before. I mean, I've seen some things like Angry Joe Show, he does a 1 through 10, I think. But he has a badass seal of approval or something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an extra thing he adds on, to
so that was the thing for ours is I gave a special color for if a game gets 100, I feel like you need to
what is that? It's it's purple, right? For diamond.
I called it diamond.
Exactly. So it's a diamond, platinum, gold, silver, bronze,
iron,
carbon,
yeah.
It's black,
50 and below, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. So it's dude, it's perfect.
No, I'm
completely
excited.
ignoring our poll, but I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I think it will.
I'm telling you, dude. My theory about like education percentages, like harking back to schooling, is so correct because I think it's so ingrained in us.
Yeah, but
that we do it and we don't even realize.
But then we need to. I don't know. I think once we start doing it, we'll know very quickly if it's the right call or not.
Yeah, I think it is because I've had this theory for a very long time, and I stand by it. Like, dude, whenever you say something's a 5 out of 10, nobody in their right mind thinks that's average.
Yeah,
that's like insulting.
Right.
Like, oh man, this pizza's a 5 out of 10. They're like, oh wow, it's fucking terrible.
Well, what's a C? 65? 68?
A C's a 70.
Oh, really? So
yes.
no 60s at all. So
average is 75.
75.
Yeah.
All right.
You get a 75% on your test. That's average.
Yeah.
So like there it is.
I'd play a 75 game.
Yeah, that's a bronze.
Yeah. That's
game's okay.
We'll see.
It's a bronze,
we'll
right?
See what it is. Yeah.
That seems right to me. That seems, I don't know.
Sure.
That's just what I'm.
Once
I'm
we
saying.
Start running through everything, I think it'll be.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I mean, we'll have to see. But I'm really excited to get that and done and see how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's gonna be some growing pains, obviously, but you know, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah. So I know we have a call in. We can do that, and we do have another top 5 coming up.
We do have a call in, and we do have a top 5. Let's hear the question.
Hey, Jon. Hey, Tyler. Head of the research department and friend of the show, Calvin here. I'm just wondering, what games have each of you spent the most time playing?
I feel like this could be an easy one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little disappointed that the research department doesn't know that the game I play the most is with him. So,
well, hit us. What game do you play the most?
The game I play the most is a little game I like to call Balloon Tower Defense 5. And this game... No,
5? Wow.
Yeah, it's 5, right?
6.
Oh, fuck, it is 6. I always get that mixed up. I don't know why.
I mean, I'm sure 5 was very good.
5 was good. 4 was actually really weird if you ever look back. I was looking back at some Balloon Tower Defense lore.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's really weird. I get into these weird videos, man. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, we'll get to this later. Let's address the question first, but I have a whole spiel about that maybe in a minute. The game I play the most, obviously is League of Legends. I have hundreds of hours on that game. Yeah. It's just like... So it's like my comfort game. Like I can go back to it, and I don't know. To me, it's always something different. It's like the closest thing to like a sport to me, where you have a bunch of teamwork and it's really difficult and things like that. And you have to execute and a lot of strategy. I don't know. I think League's a fantastic game,
and I mean you're good at it. So like it's one of those things that if you practice it, you constantly get better. I know that you really want stuff to like, you want to see progression. You want to see yourself like,
and the ceiling's like unlimited.
Yeah,
like, you can always get better. Like even if you're the best in the world, there's something you can get better at. So I just think like it's such a people shit on the game, but honestly, dude, there's a reason it's been around for over a decade.
What's 10,000 hours to master something? Is that
I don't know if that's true. I thought
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure you're probably really good at something if you do 10,000 hours.
Well, yeah, you have to be, right?
There's so many things that go into it, though. Because it's like, you know, it was really interesting when we talked about your theory that someone's the best at everything or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone's inclined naturally towards certain things, I think, inherently. So I feel like people's ceilings on specific skills are higher depending on who you are or lower, right? Like, I feel like I'm bad at I'm really bad at, like, art, like drawing.
Okay.
And, yeah, I could probably get better if I put 10,000 hours into it. But if, like, me and you both spent 10,000 hours, I think you would be so much further along with that.
And it would be the same thing with, like, music or something where, like, I think that you would... Because, like, it does go back to your interest, too. Like, you could force yourself to do 10,000 hours or something. But unless you have, like a deep love of something. And that's not even to say like, I mean, I'm sure people love something that they're not good at.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but
so you think like if you're more interested, maybe you'll pay more attention to something, or like, because like, let's say you have two people, okay, who, I mean, we'll just use League of Legends as an example. Let's say they have to play like 1,000 games this year or something, right? And they're starting off with the same, they're new, I guess, let's say, okay? They're both new, never played before. But one person like really likes it, and the other person is just doing it. Like, I guess the person who likes it is going to pay more attention, maybe, because like it's really, I'm not explaining this well, but it's interesting because it's not like we're saying they spend the same amount of time playing it or researching or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Because obviously if someone likes something more, they're going to, after hours, they're going to research it. So let's say they spend the same amount of time doing all of that. Like even videos they watch when they're not playing counts towards that time or whatever. Like,
sure.
Is the person who likes it more still going to,
I think that
like what, at that point, what separates that?
I think it's your mindset. Like if you tally up every minute that you're thinking about something, then sure, maybe then like they're like the margin is a little bit smaller. But I think a person that is, and this is my dad always told me whenever I was doing track, we were doing like shot put. That was just kind of my thing.
Yeah.
And he kept drilling into me like, hey, form first. It's always about form.
Yep.
You have to have the form. So I was always under the impression like, yeah, but if some bulky dude comes out and just chucks that thing, he's going to win. And my dad's like, look, if you have better form than that guy, you at least have a shot or better to beat him.
Actually, I totally agree with your dad.
But if the form is equal, so in this case, if the time is equal, then yes, the guy that's stronger is going to toss it. So in this case, and again, this is all subjective, but it's like in my mind, if the form or the time put into something is identical, then it turns into who's stronger, who has a stronger passion for the thing that they're doing. I think that they win. They would come out ahead.
See, it's interesting because, well, first of all, I guess I have a lot of thoughts. So first of all, I totally agree with your dad on this because form is insanely important. Like if you ever, like for example, arm wrestling is all form.
Oh, you crush me in arm wrestling.
And you can beat people way larger than yourself just by technique alone and leverage and all these things that you learn about arm wrestling because it's a very technical endeavor.
Yeah.
So like that's one thing, but of course like the professionals are big and they have perfect form. Mm-hmm. So like yeah, that's of course. But the thing is I guess speaking to that point is you can always improve your form, but you can't obviously change your genetic makeup, right? So that's something you have to focus on. But I will say it's like I feel like if you're passionate about something, you're going to spend more time in it. That's where you get the advantage. But if you're spending the same amount of time, I'm not sure where the advantage comes if you're passionate about it. Because actually, it might be, kind of hurt you. Because if you're versing someone who's just doing it, it's just a job to him or her or whatever, and it's very technical, and they don't have emotions in it, they might be more precise. They might be more analytical about it and not let anything else get in their way.
I mean, that's possible too, I guess.
Right? Like, let's say you're playing League and the guy who really loves the game, he's like, man, I really want to win this game. I want to do something. Maybe he makes a play that's like too aggressive because of that, because he's letting his emotions get the best of him in that circumstance,
But then to your earlier point then, would it just come down to like IQ? Like, did it just come down to because, like you were saying, you think each individual person has like a ceiling and floor?
You're probably right because, like, I mean, if you're playing chess,
some people are just.
If we put in 10,000 hours of chess, me and you, whoever has more brain power, who can, interpret more information, or think X number of moves ahead, or knows X theory or whatever, is going to win. I would feel like, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, that makes sense.
That's where it kind of comes down to, I feel like. Because you have more horsepower. You have more, memory. You have more whatever.
Is this just your long-winded way of getting me to play 10,000 hours of League?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think that's kind of an interesting thing. Maybe it's a stupid kind of point, but
no, I think it's definitely interesting. I think that anything that I always thought that, like, okay, like, be it League, like I thought about League, I thought about Valorant for a little bit, where I was like, what if I just secretly played Valorant every night, 3 hours a night forever? And then like whenever we would ever come back to it and play again, suddenly it would be like, holy crap, how are you good? In theory. Like in theory, I think that I would get better. Same with something like Halo, Call of Duty, like whatever it is.
But you've always had a good baseline for that stuff too.
Yeah, well, not
because you always surprise me when it comes to that. Like we would play Halo, and I'm like, wow, Tyler's like on top of the leaderboard all night, or something else.
I'll have a couple good games here and there, sure, but like then you.
But you've never been like a huge liability.
Sure. I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah.
No, I think so. I don't know. That's just my kind of perspective on it, but
yeah. Well, that's because if I hate that game because I hate the liability part. It's not that I hate the game or I not hate even like myself playing it. I don't like letting the team down. I don't like being that crutch, and that's super not fun to me. Especially when everyone else is doing like really well with it. Like Valorant was kind of the same thing. I was always in the bottom in Valorant. Constantly.
That's an interesting mindset there because I'm solely focused on winning.
Yeah.
So I could be like shitting the bed really bad, but my mindset is always, okay, what's the next play? What can we do to get back in? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't agree with that. My thing is that two things happen with that. Either nobody says anything and secretly they're, oh my gosh, this guy's terrible.
Yeah, no, that's
I hate.
That's an aspect of it, right?
Or they're being very, very nice, which we talked about this before, where it's like it's very like almost like patronizing.
Yeah,
and it's out of probably a place of love, which is nice, but like that grinds me to no end too because I know I suck. If I know internally that I'm terrible at something, and you're telling me like, oh no, you're good.
Yeah,
it's the equivalent of like
I have a habit of doing
fat.
that.
No, you're not fat. Like yes, I am. Like that. It grinds me to no end.
No, I have a habit of doing that. I mean, I'm not as bad as some people who are like, no, Tyler, dude, you're doing great. Like, I'm not like that.
No, and we're close
like,
enough that I get it.
If you're getting shit on in Valorant, I'd be like, dude, you're good. Like, because my mindset is I need to get Tyler back in this game. And I know he's worried about his fucking scoreboard right now.
Yeah.
So like, that's my mindset. It's like, I need everyone to regroup. I need us to, this is making me want to play Valorant or something. Like actually.
Yeah. Well, like,
but the thing is like, this is why I like playing with, obviously you like playing with people as like a 5-stack, whether it's Halo or Valorant or League or whatever, because when you're playing with randoms, it's really easy just playing people and then you just give up or whatever. Like it's super toxic. Like CSGO, like this shit happens all the time. But when you're with friends or whatever, if you're all on the same page, like you said, it can be a negative thing where it's like, oh, that's okay, Tyler, you tried your best. Like, yeah, that sucks. But if it's like, okay, we're shit right now. What can we do? Like we just refocus. We try to adapt and do something different. I think that could be really useful.
I like the games where it's like I know what to expect. So like we're very good at the setup on strategy games, be it Valorant, be it even Halo to an extent, or something like Rainbow Six, right? Yeah. And we're good at okay, here's what everyone like. This is their starting point. But if the enemy team breaks through or does something, we don't do well communicating on like adapting.
Yeah, when things break down,
or you don't know. Oh, hey, X happened. This is my next play. That's the thing that I'm always fuzzy on. Is I know, and League is no different, right? Like I know what my job is for the first 15 minutes of the game, 10 minutes of the game, whatever it is. But the moment I either have to adapt, which I have no idea how to do that, or something changes, or I'm outside of that initial, oh, hey, I yanked the one person.
Yeah.
It's downhill from there. And then I feel like that's when the liability comes in. And I know League's different.
Yeah, League's a little different. It's just because there's so much more information.
Yeah.
You have over 150 champions.
With all the different items.
So literally half the time you're sitting there like, okay, what does this guy do? And I'm like, oh, okay, he has like 8 paragraphs, but let me try to summarize this in 3 seconds for fucking Tyler.
As he's attacking.
As he's killing us, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, that's tough. But if we talk about something like Rainbow, I think Rainbow is just such a great game because you have a great balance of strategy and setup. And, it's kind of like a turn-based thing at first. And then you get this first-person shooter kind of aspect, which is really interesting and fun. And like you said, there's no surprise that we're way better at defense because they come to us. We set up. We have a plan in place. But yeah, like you said, when they break through, when all hell breaks loose, like that's when we start breaking down. And that's when you need like X factors, like someone like Nate who can make a play, you know, just off instinct. Whether it's rotating, whether it's whatever, but like for some reason we never gel well with that. You know what I mean?
We either have too many X factors or it's this silent thing. Like I'm fine with an X factor of like, okay, if Nate's gonna rap or do whatever and flank or whatever, that's fine. But then I would like to at least know what that looks like or how that plays out, and it plays out differently every time.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than it's like start of the round and Nate's like, oh, I'm dead, guys. I was peeking. Oh, great! It's 5v4 instantly. Awesome.
Which is like it's fine. Like he has way more experience than either of us combined. But
no,
it's,
for sure.
And I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm trying to say with that. It's just like I think that I'm a person that always wants to know the backup, the contingencies, what I need to do there. That's what I need to do. Like that's what I need to know. I pull something out, and to get back to Calvin's question, like Sea of Thieves is the game that I've been playing the most recently. I would say Diablo 3 probably still has the most hours for me.
Yeah.
I think I've surpassed Call of Duty on both of those, probably double when I really think about it. Like we played Call of Duty for a lot, but like we played. I mean, it's a lot of Sea of Thieves.
You mean the new Call of Duty or like?
No, I'm talking like Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day too. Did I play 4 or Modern Warfare 2 more? I think I want to say 4, but it might even be.
If you combine the two, is that probably the same ballpark then?
If I combine the two, then I would say Call of Duty, because like, then you have to put in like World at War, because I played a ton of World at War for the zombies and stuff. So.
Man, that was the golden age.
Yeah, like Call of Duty was certainly like
it was literally banger, like unbelievable. Because you had COD 4, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
I don't think it gets any better for a string of games than that.
It was amazing.
That's unbelievable.
I think Modern Warfare 3 was kind of my least favorite.
Yeah, out of all of those, that's probably the worst, but still a good game.
We never got as into that. I think we went back to 2, but yeah.
Speaking of Calvin and myself actually played that quite a bit because we were at that ripe age where
I got the diamond skin on my LMGs or whatever. I don't know.
No,
how
I
hard
think it was good. Yeah, was it a step down than Modern Warfare 2? Absolutely, but I still think it was a solid game. Actually,
yeah,
I really do.
I like the campaign and everything. Sure,
campaign was good. The problem with that game, and we're just totally off Calvin's questions. Sorry, Calvin, but the problem with that game was the maps weren't as good. Like Modern Warfare 2's maps. I mean, you talk about these like the Golden Age Call of Duty. Like these are some of the best maps ever made. Absolutely. To the point where it's like they literally just reskin them now because they don't know. Like, how do we beat Nuketown? Yeah. How do we beat Shipment? How do we beat Rust or whatever? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I mean, these are just the best maps ever made, dude.
It works really well. And even I think with Modern Warfare 2, they started pulling in like original maps, right?
Modern Warfare 2?
I might be mixing those up. I know Modern Warfare, they started pulling in like Call of Duty maps. And it's like, oh, now we're playing on Crash. And it looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And you see a clear...
Crash, oh my God.
You see a clear jump in our team, too, where it's like, we're good. We were good at Modern Warfare. Like, we were actually pretty decent. And the moment you start playing the Call of Duty 4 maps, like we stomped people. Yeah. Where it's just like, oh, awesome. You're back in our neighborhood. Right? Like it was.
You guys weren't even born yet.
It feels good. Yeah.
No, that's awesome, dude. It's so like when you can say Crash or Skid Row or something Wasteland and just get this picture in your head. It's like. So,
well, I mean, like,
you know what I mean?
That's the thing is like Pipeline, right? Yep. Like it's vacant. Like Call of Duty 4 was the only game that I was like, oh, I'm in. Even with Modern Warfare 2, like Call of Duty 4, I know the maps, I know every angle, every sight line, like just everything.
Yeah, but you spent like so much time in those things, man. Every...
But I don't remember... I guess my point there is I don't... I want to say I spent just as much time in Modern Warfare 2, but I don't remember... I'm sure if I played them, it would come back to me. Yeah. But I don't remember the map names. I don't remember like the ins and outs of stuff. I remember a lot of Capture the Flag, and that's it.
Interesting.
Capture the Flag with riot shields. That's
I think it just depends on like when your prime was.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think yours was COD 4. Yeah, so that everyone has the one that they, played the most. I probably played Modern Warfare 3 the most. That's just because like when Modern Warfare 2 was out, my older brother dominated the Xbox because we only had one Xbox, and I played when I could. But Modern Warfare 3 was when he went off and like kind of stopped playing and did his own thing, and like that was my time to like do that. It was Halo Reach and Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, those were like, you know what I mean, like the tail end of the golden age of both those series. Right? But that was like our time, people, at least me. Yeah. Where that's
I think,
and Gears 3. So it was Gears 3, MW 3, Halo Reach. Like those were the games.
That was a solid lineup for Microsoft. That was like
unbelievable.
They're
Gears
good.
3 was my favorite, easily. The progression, you remember the progression system in that game? Like you had all the medals and stuff you could get.
Yeah,
like,
I hated the multiplayer
that.
though. I know what you're talking about, and I thought that was cool, but yeah.
You could unlock characters and stuff and different skins and everything, and it was all free. It was just like you have to, oh man, it's
before
so much
the
fun.
But
it was so awesome because you could get all these crazy medals. Yeah. Like, I don't know, like if you did something really cool, you get these medals and you could like show it off and stuff.
Yep. And Call of Duty to an extent was like that, but unless you were like super in on knowing every single banner and medal and different things like that, now it's just like, who knows?
Yeah.
Someone could have just paid for a pack, and that's their banner, and they just paid money for it.
Right, exactly. It's like the new Halo. It's like, yeah, I mean, you have Carter or whatever. But
yeah, you look cool because you
paid
for it. Yeah,
you didn't find every skull. You didn't.
Yep.
Collateral 8.
That's what I mean.
Or something, you know what I mean? Like,
100% the campaign.
Reach was the best. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and what I get a red skin for it. Like,
yeah, no, exactly, dude. Reach, Gears 3, those were the best, man. Yeah. Even Modern Warfare 3, I actually really liked all the progression systems in those. Like the different, because I remember Modern Warfare 3, you could get like your badge or whatever, your little tagline on your things. So like. And you get that by doing these different achievements and stuff.
Yeah.
So you beat it on veteran or whatever, you get like a thing. It's just a cool way to show off like what you did.
Yeah. I completely agree.
On the best console of all time. But that's why, man. Like those were the days.
Yeah.
They just did it right back then. I don't know.
It was a simpler time.
Just reminiscing. All right. To answer Calvin's question, mine would be League of Legends.
I'm gonna say Diablo 3.
Okay.
I think it might be Sea of Thieves, but I'm going to say Diablo 3. Because I keep coming back to Diablo. And I have it on like
I've never had a
console.
game like League that just like I fell in love with. And
yeah.
I guess you've had a couple, like Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves is just... So Sea of Thieves is the bonding thing. I would not play Sea of Thieves by myself. You play League by yourself, which is, I think, a hallmark of a game like that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm putting Diablo there, because I'll spend hours and hours and hours on Diablo just kind of grinding away. I love that.
Yeah.
I think Warcraft 3 was one that I played. Star Wars Galaxy is another one. Like
Star
where I
Wars
would
Galaxy,
but nowhere near how many hours I put into like a Diablo or something.
Man, Star Wars Galaxy is the best sounding game of all time.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm 10 days running on Cookie Clicker, just straight.
That is so funny. Your computer's just always on.
It's just 200. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's like 200 hours of Cookie
How many
Clicker
cookies
now.
are you up to now?
Per second, I'm I think like 1.5 trillion, something like that. It's not super.
How many total do you have?
Oh, over sextillion, whatever. Yeah,
that's insane.
I think I'm working up to like 900.
Can you win that
900
game?
quintillion. I know.
Like you crash the system.
The only thing you can do is get all the achievements. Technically, that came out in 2021. Like
what?
The Steam version of Cookie Clicker came out.
Did they add anything to that? Like I said, Cookie Clicker's been around forever. Like I played it in high school.
Yeah, from what I see, like it was just they upgraded some graphics, and by upgrade graphics, I mean like they shaded some
I was
things.
saying, dude, like back when I played it, there was like 5 things you could get.
Yeah.
You're talking about like Wall Street and shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I had like a grandma. Like that was the best thing I could get.
Yeah, well, they're like evil now. Was that part of?
Yeah, that I remember that patch came out.
Yeah. So now grandma, instead of like grandmas, their skin's like falling off, and they're like demons on my game.
Yeah, wow.
And now I have like these leeches come in that like eat my cookies. So it lowers my cookies per second, but I can pop the leeches and get all those cookies back plus like a 10% gain or something like that. It's a whole thing.
Wild game.
Yeah,
dude.
no, it's nuts. And I actually turned off. There's an option now that you can turn off the scary stuff. So the grandmas now are just look cross, like they don't look like their skin's falling off, because it was creepy. Like I was like, this is actually making me a little like
I remember I don't think they did anything like that, obviously, but they did look weird. I remember they were like definitely like evil.
Yeah,
but they still worked for you. It was weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Chelsea's playing it too.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's something.
I think Bloons is better though.
Oh, 1,000%, not even close. Like Cookie Clicker, I think I'm done with it. Like I'm just doing it because like Chelsea's doing it, and it's like, well, I gotta stay ahead of.
Dude, when is Chelsea gonna play Bloons with us?
She says anytime we want to play.
Dude, we should play again sometime.
Absolutely, I have my little iPad now. I want to play it on there. That'll be good.
That'll be great. With that being said, we got a little top 5 here for our audience.
We do. Yeah, it's a good one. I think
it's an interesting one. No, it's definitely great. It was very challenging for me though, because there's just seemingly infinite possibilities. So we're gonna forget a bunch of stuff and or leave out a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, and
apologies.
The ones
advance.
we do, guess what? Put it in the comments.
Do we have comments?
We do. So we're gonna have a comment in Spotify. So you can comment on Spotify. You can go on Anchor and leave us a voicemail.
Check us out on Twitter, man.
Check us out on Twitter too.
Tweet at us. Tell us what we missed.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot.
Yeah, definitely a lot. Tyler, do you want to inform the audience what we were doing?
Yes, I had a brilliant idea like a few days ago, and I was like, "Hey, John, you want to do top 5 video game quotes? Just quotes, things in a game." Now, I know we want to talk about some rules real quick.
We love talking about rules.
It's
my favorite part of the podcast.
How do you feel? Do we say these quotes have to be verbal?
Oh.
I have one that isn't. So if you want to kill that one, we can. Or when we
get to that, we'll see. Yeah, we'll make a decision.
So we'll put a pin in that one. How do you feel about what I think is it needs to be a quote from a singular entity?
So it can be a narrator.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
I think so for sure.
I was like, all right. Well, I guess my list is fucked.
I think my thing is if it's like a back and forth. So
yes.
Let me
it has to be. It has to be. The character says this. There's no. Yeah.
So
yes, I totally agree.
I know we talked about with Uncharted 2 where it's like, oh, on a scale of like 1 to 8 or 1 to 10, how scared were you? It's like, 7. A 7? Like I was gonna die or whatever.
I was gonna put on from Batman the exchange where he's like, I would still save you.
That's on my list.
And he's like, that is funny.
But I think that first line is still good enough without it. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but it's going to be just that first line.
Yes.
But the whole exchange, like I love that. That was, that's a great moment.
We'll talk about that.
I did have a Batman one on here, but it's a different one.
Okay.
Yeah. From Arkham. Was that one from Arkham?
So that's Arkham City. I saw a lot of people.
Yeah, mine's from Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying it was on Arkham Asylum. That was definitely City. So there's some typos on the interwebs as we were researching this.
You can't get past Tyler with that shit.
Not with the Arkham games.
No, sir. All right.
Yeah, so I think that's really it. And then my main thing was just how do we feel about like monologues, paragraphs? Like, are we talking like these one-liners? Or are we saying like this can be like a larger thing?
I don't have anything super long, but I'm okay with that.
I have 2 things. Well, maybe we'll hit them up.
Let's take it. Yeah, okay. We'll take a gander at it. All right, man. I'm excited about this one.
You want to lead this off?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll lead this off. Okay, right. So first one I have on here.
So real quick. Sorry. Do we want it to? Do you just want to quote it, and then maybe the other person tries to give the person saying it and the game?
Yeah, we can do that.
Is that weird?
Sure. No, I like that. I think I'm not going to get a lot of what you have, but sure.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, you should get this first one. Okay. So this is a classic one. Sir, finishing this fight.
Yeah, Master Chief. Absolutely. That's on my list.
Which one?
That would be 2.
Yes, sir.
Halo 2.
Halo 2. We still need to beat that. Fuck.
So, full disclosure.
Yeah.
I uninstalled it. Now hear me out.
Well, you can reinstall it.
I can reinstall it. Yeah, not a problem. And I needed the space for God of War.
That makes sense.
I had to.
Yeah, no, you definitely had to. We weren't that far. Well, I'm just
going to install Halo 2 again after that.
It's not that much memory though.
Halo?
Yeah.
All of Halo?
Just Halo 2.
Halo 2 isn't a lot of memory, but
you could uninstall the other ones.
Yeah, well, I wasn't thinking about that when I just panicking. I was like, God of War needs to be on my machine now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. All right. There it is. Classic.
That's a good one. Do you want to keep a list, or am I keeping a list, or how's this?
I feel like you usually do, but
dude, that's fine. I'm just lazy today.
I know.
Dude, I had such a anyway.
Well, I have all mine, so I have that one down.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, I put the.
Yeah. What would you? Are we? So I guess. Would you put that in a maybe? I mean, it was on both our lists. I put it on a maybe.
I would put it on a maybe, and I guess one of the criteria. Now, I was going at this in a weird way, which normally you're looking at it from an impact in a larger sense, and I'm always the one. I'm just like, this is my favorite, right?
Yeah.
So, how did you approach your quotes?
I'm kind of all over the place. Some are impact in the story. Some are just like good quotes.
Okay.
Isolated, and some are just fucking hilarious.
Okay. All right.
So I have a little bit of everything, actually. So it's going to be interesting to see how we whittle it down and what's actually the best.
Okay. All right. Here's one for you. This is one of my longer ones. I actually have to put this landscape so I can read it. And I'm not going to do this justice, but here we go.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's going to burn your house down with the lemons. I'm going to get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Is that from Borderlands?
It's from Portal 2.
Portal? Fuck.
Again,
same kind of vein.
I know we were talking about splicing in some quotes.
I was going to say, a lot of games I probably didn't play.
So take that, and that is who plays J. Jonah Jameson? J.K. Simmons. That's him.
Oh,
so
really?
take that and put his voice on it, screaming. It's so good. Another thing. So this is another one.
So who? I thought Portal 2. There's not a lot of characters in that game.
There aren't. He is a main character. And
is it a spoiler?
It is a spoiler.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. In fact, that quote by itself is kind of a spoiler, but because you have zero context, it's not gonna ruin anything.
Doesn't like lemons.
But so kind of peek behind the curtain, that popped up in my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is my favorite quote of all time in every video game. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's fucking hilarious.
But it's specifically his delivery. And that was
line's
why,
pretty funny too. Actually.
That's why I was like, we need to do top 5 quotes because I just
this is what kicked it off.
That's what kicked it off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, does it need to be on the list? No. And the other thing that I want to say too is while he's saying this, you have another character interjecting their 2 cents too. So it's such a funny game. Anyway, I would like to put that on the maybe list, but it's
we can put that on maybe for sure.
It's pretty good. They have such good writing, man. Like when you talk about funny quotes.
And here's the thing. So here's my thought. Yeah, Portal's legendary, obviously. That's another game we need to definitely play.
Yeah.
But so when we're going through our maybes, if we need a little bit more context, maybe we can listen to it.
Sure.
And we can play it by ear with that because that might push me in a certain direction if I can actually hear the.
Yeah, if I need to splice these in just for everyone's like context and things like that, we can do it.
All right, so my next one comes from a series very dear to me. We'll see if you get this one. All right. Stand in the ashes of a trillion dead souls and ask the ghost if honor matters. The silence is your answer.
That would be. I was going to say young Javik, but it's ancient Javik, super old Javik from Mass Effect 3.
Mass Effect 3.
It's
Javik.
A good quote.
It's a good quote. It's powerful.
It is. So here's my criteria is I would not have been able to quote that had I not seen that when I was researching. I remember it. Yeah. I remember his delivery of it. I think it was a very good quote. It's not like...
Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to is like recognizability.
Well, that's why I was asking kind of what your criteria was.
Well, that one for me, like I said, some of them on here are definitely more like, oh, I could quote this forever.
Yeah.
But that one's like, it gives you the context that, the Protheans are all fucking dead.
Yeah.
Like, what a way to deliver that. It'd give you like, this is what this guy's going through. Like, that's fucked up, man.
Do you think it's top 5? Is it maybe? I mean, we could put it on maybe if you want.
I mean, if you don't feel strongly about it.
So that was technically on my list because I liked it, but it was more of on a list of just like a special nod where I'm like, it's a really good.
We can give it
a
nod. Yeah, we can give it a nod.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a great line though, man.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And again, with the delivery, the context, everything. It's. All
right, you're up, man.
All right.
What do we got?
Here's an easy one.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna do it in a different way here.
Sure.
Get over here.
Oh, it's
with an exclamation
Scorpion?
Mark. Yeah, Scorpion from Mortal Kombat.
Get over her.
Can you think of a more iconic line?
No. Like, well, yes, but that's a fucking great one.
It's up there, right?
Is it going to be on already? I feel like there's a lot of just really good quotes.
I think so too. We could put this on. I know I'm.
That's a great one, though.
Apps.
That's a great one.
Yeah, let me make a new
Scorpion. Oh man.
So
Mortal Kombat. I've never been a big Mortal Kombat guy, but even I know that one.
Yeah, and again, I'm not. I wouldn't necessarily fight.
Would
for
you
that
put
one.
it on there? Like, how do you feel? That's a good one, but
it's tough. Like maybe we put it as maybe for right now.
Let's put it maybe. Okay. Everything's gonna be a maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
So wait, what do we? I'm sorry. So what do we have right now? We have
finishing this fight, sir. Finishing this fight, Chief.
Okay. Yep.
I think we both had it on our lists, and then. Get over here, and then your lemon one.
And your lemon. We'll probably end up killing that one, but yeah, sure.
I want to hear him. I've never heard that before, so that's an interesting.
All right.
All right, this here to talk about quotable. All right, it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Duke Nukem.
Hell yeah, man.
So did he like that was a line from Duke Nukem, and that wasn't like a spinoff from something else?
It was either Duke Nukem or maybe Duke Nukem 3D or something.
Well,
I thought that
regardless, but that was like Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
They came up with that one line for that series. Okay.
Maybe we'll have to like do a little bit of investigative work, but I'm pretty sure, right?
So for me, I like the Get Over Here more than the bubblegum one, personally.
Dude, I mean, you talk about quotable, like that's the most quotable one ever, bro.
Yeah, people do.
That's been quoted in like everything.
Pull that, yeah.
All right, cinema and stuff. We don't have to put it on, but definitely have to nod
fight for that one.
Not really. Okay. I never played Duke Nukem.
So here, let me. So you have Duke Nukem. And Gearbox bought the Duke Nukem rights. They came out with Duke Nukem, that whole thing.
Right.
So here's something that's, I would argue, along the same lines of Duke Nukem. Here's this classy quote. Let me go down here. I will kill your dicks.
What?
I'll repeat that. I will kill your dicks.
What is that from?
It's from Bulletstorm.
Oh my God.
I believe her name was Trishka Novak, and in this game, you and your like kind of cohort, like cyborg guy, were like running or something.
Yeah.
And she was like on the opposite end of this like ravine or cavern or something, and she was like screaming at you, and I guess she thought you were like bad guys or something. And like you're chasing her, she's chasing you, or something.
Yeah.
And it's fuzzy.
Yeah.
But then she just screams, she's like, "I'll kill your dicks," and you're like, what does that even mean? It's just like that's the level of like writing. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Shouldn't be on the list, but I had to put that out there because it's hilarious. Oh my gosh, funny. It's so stupid.
Oh man,
what a dumb
I'll
fun
kill your dicks.
game. If you take, did you ever play Bulletstorm?
No.
If you take, it's like whenever I was working at GameStop and I'm trying to sell this game to people, I was like, okay, it's like a first-person shooter, and you have a whip, and it's like a pinball game. And they're like, what? And it's literally like, however you kill people, you get like certain points and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all slow-mo, so you can take somebody and like pull them in with a whip, and then you like kick them into like spikes, or you can like shoot them in the
I have
air
seen this
like,
game. I've never played it, but I know what you're talking about.
Or you like cut it in half and then kick both halves into spikes just to get the highest score possible. It was such a weird and awesome game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an arcade game, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
that's a line.
It's a line. I mean, it should not be on the list, but I thought it was very funny.
All right, the next one I have is a classic one. I guess it's not the one you might think of, but I've seen this line so many times, so it just brought back so many memories.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle.
Yeah. Okay. So that was on my list of one where it's like, okay, so obviously it's not spoken.
Yeah,
Does that count?
Yeah, it is. That's what Toad's saying.
Well, I understand that, but you're not. I'm saying verbally spoken. Yeah, so you're good with Toad saying it, but it's written down.
Yeah, why wouldn't?
Oh, I'm fine with that.
It's before they had, they couldn't have.
That's on the same level as something like a Link going like, "Hey, it's dangerous. You'll need this."
Yeah.
Except I don't like Zelda, so it's.
Yeah. I count it.
On there.
Yeah, it's obvious he's saying it, right?
Sure.
It's just a time and place kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's a classic one. Frustrating one.
Yeah. Do you think that goes on?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think there are better lines out there.
Yeah, there might be better ones.
That'll be an easy one to.
Dude, back in the day when I was playing like Super Mario Bros, it was like I didn't know you had to get to the end of the game. Like I thought she was going to be in one of these castles.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck is going on, man? They keep telling me this.
So I thought I was crazy whenever I had a game, and apparently I had some like either glitch or weird cartridge.
Yeah.
And the game that I had, whenever you rescued whenever you got to the castle and Toad's supposed to say that, instead of the sprite of Toad, it was the sprite of the princess.
No way.
So I never understood as a kid. Like I'm reading, and I'm like, okay, the princess is in another castle. I'm like, she's right there.
That's just funny.
And it was bizarre.
That is
like,
really
every
funny.
castle was the princess. And she just kept saying, like, yeah, I'm not here.
And it's Toad.
I never got to the end. I never beat that game.
I never beat that game either, dude. Those Hammer Bros are devious. Fuck those guys. If we ever do a top 5 enemies,
they're up there.
Hammer Bros are fucking on that.
That's actually
shit.
a great.
That is
that's
a great list.
one.
Yeah,
that might be a next week thing.
Yeah.
All right. So you said a couple of the good ones here. Special shout out. I don't want this to count as one of mine, but like, what kind of name is soap anyway? I love that quote.
That's a good line.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Also with Mortal Kombat, finish him. That's kind of
I have
classic.
that on mine. Yep. Yeah. I think that's more classic than get over here.
Sure.
I think so, man.
That would actually be like a poll. Like,
you think?
Which do you think is more popular?
I really think finish him is.
I'm trying to find some stuff here for you. Okay, here's one that you would that you would like. I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an
literally my next one. Yep. Yeah. I love that one. We're talking about transcending the game into memedom.
Yep.
Yeah, like what a fucking fantastic line. That is just so Elder Scrolls, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, I kind of want to put it on the list.
We'll put it on the list.
What do you think? You think?
I would put it up there.
I would put it on at least.
We'll highlight it.
We'll highlight it.
All right.
All right. You stole a bunch of mine. How about do a barrel roll?
Star Fox.
Yeah. Star Fox.
I never really got in or played Star Foxes,
but you know that line.
I do.
When you literally have a line so significant that Google has an input, that's a fucking line.
So my only counter to that, if we're talking about games that neither of us got into and or played, but no quotes from, I would say Sonic's Gotta Go Fast.
Beats that?
Over barrel roll, yeah. Personally.
I like do a barrel roll better, but you're probably right.
Yeah, so whenever I think about something like that, I'm always thinking like Luke Skywalker or something like on an X-Wing, or like you got one on your tail, you can't shake him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that doesn't have to go on, but you have to mention that one.
No,
man.
It's a good call out
for sure.
Okay, I'm an idiot swapping between Notion and these notepads. Anyway,
no, you're good, dude.
Okay, so how do you feel about? I know we were talking about announcers when it comes to Halo. Which I know you already said, sir, finishing this fight. Whenever you hear double kill, triple kill, kill-tacular, running riot,
fuck,
how
that's
do you
really
feel
good
for
point.
that? Like,
damn.
do we kind of loop all those together? I don't think so. I think you need to pick one.
Yeah, you have to pick one for sure.
Running riot. So the other thing was when they say running riot in like Halo 3, it sounds very different than Halo. Halo 1, I went back and listened to the announcer do those, and some of them are actually kind of a little bit laughable. Like, it's like, oh, okay, it doesn't. It's not how I remember them.
Right.
The only one that seems to be consistent throughout all the games is double kill.
Double kill.
Yeah.
That is classic, and you hear that one the most probably.
Well, that's exactly like that would be like the most.
That's a good one. I didn't even think about that because like everything we mentioned so far is obviously like single player.
Well, I was thinking like finish him, get over here, and then I was like, oh, Halo is like right there. Yeah.
Huh. Does that? I guess it does. It's the announcer. It's a quote.
It's a quote
from a game. Yeah,
I can't see an argument on, but I think
no. I can't think of a good argument of why it wouldn't count. It meets all the criteria.
The moment you hear killing spree, that makes you feel real
dude.
Good.
You're feeling yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like have you had a killing spree? Well, maybe you have, but like me, I don't get them a lot. So since we played Halo Infinite, every time I get a killing spree, I'm calling.
Dude, getting an overkill, man. It's like when in SWAT. It's like double kill, triple kill, overkill. Yeah, it's like fuck yes.
Which they didn't have overkill in Halo 1. I think that was the first time I heard that.
I'm talking about like
Halo
like 3.
Yeah,
whenever I talk about Halo, it's like Halo 3 or Reach.
Yeah.
It's like it's just how it goes.
Sure.
Yeah, I would do double kill.
Double kill?
Yeah.
See, my vote on that one would have been either running riot or killing spree, but
really?
I'm good with double kill.
I think double. Well, you mentioned the consistency and also just the that's going to be the most common.
Yeah,
I think definitely because everyone can hear that double kill. Even if you suck, you got to double kill at some point.
I'm good with that.
Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm racking my brain trying to think of a name for that diamond pony I bought. I was going to call it Piss for Brains in honor of you, but that just feels immature. Maybe Butt Stallion?
I think
there's more to that, right?
Yes,
but that's all I saw.
I love that quote so much, and the fact that I heard that so many times.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, so you have that, and he's like, piss for brains on over you, but that just feels immature. Maybe Butt Stallion? Nah, that's even worse. I'll give it more thought. And then later on, it's like, I should probably clarify. The diamond horse I've been telling you about It's not a sculpture or anything. It's a living horse that actually happens to be made. Actually, hold on. I'll just go get her. Butt Stallion, say hello.
I know you can't combine both of those because
it's like 4 parts, and he keeps coming over the radio. Going, Oh, it's so good.
Handsome Jack's fucking hilarious.
Handsome Jack and Torque are both hilarious. Torque, I can't quote off the top of my head because there was one where he was just like the shareholders censored my voice, so I can't say like beep 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 beep. It's like, that's my whole vocabulary.
Dude,
Borderlands is such
those games are amazing.
Yeah.
That's another game we should probably like put on the list.
Claptrap is quotable in the way he's like stairs. No, it's just like it's so dumb.
He's got so many one-liners. Yeah. Like, how could you just pick one? Like,
I would actually like to put Butt Stallion on the
me
list.
Too, dude. That's the funniest quote ever created.
Yeah, I'll put that.
Like, those guys are just so silly, man.
Yeah, that's
like who comes up with that? Butt Stallion, get over here.
Butt Stallion, say hello. And then you hear like a horse like Butt Stallion says hello.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Even in the beginning, when he's just like, "Oh, here's the order of operations" or something, he's just like Vault Hunters land on the thing. Vault Hunters try to find the vault. I kill them. So you see the problem here? Like, you're still alive. So you could just go off yourself. That would be great. Okay, thanks, Pumpkin. Like, click. Yeah. Like, oh, he's such an ass, and I love it.
Oh man.
Here's one on the same line. So I think part of the great quotes is when you have this evil or like this villain that's just constantly like harassing you. I love it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just,
of course.
It's good.
Right.
So here's one. Oh, it's you. It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. After you murdered me.
What is that from? I feel like I know that.
So that one, spoilers for that one.
Did I play this game?
You have not.
Oh, okay.
I
feel like I've heard that
So there's
before.
that one, and then here's another quote by them. I like both of these quotes.
Sure.
We both said a lot of things that you're going to regret, but I think we could put our differences behind us. For science, you monster. So in it's Portal 2 specifically.
Oh, I see.
Portal 1, the whole thing is
Gladys?
Yeah, you kill Gladys at the end of Portal 1,
yeah.
and then Portal 2, she's back, baby.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
that makes sense.
Neither of those have to go on the list. The only thing I will say is once you play Portal 2, so this one unfortunately is like it's single player, so you would have to play it. It's not the one that we can play together.
Right.
I think you would probably put like 3-4 of those lines.
Hey, I did that before when we did player characters.
Yeah.
With Cloud. You gotta have that foresight sometimes.
Like the delivery and everything is just it's so good. Anyway, Stephen Merchant, right? Like the comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he did pages and pages, and I might have already said this, but like in Portal 2, he just kept recording lines of just him just riffing and riffing and riffing and riffing, and they were just like, "This is gold." Like just keep shoving it in there.
Amazing.
Like it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, be scared, and then it's just like here's 15 pages of him just like saying stuff like, "Oh, I looked down. Oh, I do not recommend it. Oh, I did it again." It's just like it's so funny. Like it. It's so good. Anyway, that game is probably one of the best written games from dialogue and the thing is like you're mute the entire time. Like you don't say a word.
Yeah.
So it's all the characters interacting around you and acknowledging the fact that you don't talk. So I love that where it's like it's not just like you. It's oh man, it's such a good game. What else you got? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Hogging everything. We don't have to put that on the list.
No. I mean, if you feel strongly about it, I would say
if I had to put one on, Cave Johnson goes on with the lemons.
It's pretty fucking funny. I would say like Portal is definitely a game we got to do. Maybe it's one where you just watch me play it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, totally. And I think that might be helpful in the way that I want to experience that game again.
Yeah.
I don't know if I necessarily want to play it again. I think watching you play it would be good.
Right.
But then if you get frustrated, I'm not saying I remember every puzzle because I absolutely don't.
Yeah.
But I already played it where I'm like, I know a couple areas where I'm like, this could get kind of challenging. If you get frustrated, I can kind of be like, oh, hey, maybe check this way or look at something.
Yeah, no, I think I would have a much better experience playing that with someone else because what happens in those puzzle games is like I just get frustrated and quit.
Yeah.
And so, no, I think that'd be great. Okay, I have one. Here we go. So there was a bunch I could have done from this and from the whole series, but I like this one the most because it had the most. Dude, this line gave me chills when I heard this for the first time.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so here we go. So it's just a short line. So it's, "I'm your monster no more."
I don't know.
It's Kratos. He's talking to Athena.
Your monster no more. Wow, that's all right. That's a good one.
So, like, he just got the blades, and she's like, "You're a monster." He's like, "I know, but I'm your monster no more."
That's
like,
pretty good.
Fuck.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it's not one of the most famous. Like, everyone's like, "Boy," and don't be sorry, be better. And
that one's on my list.
We must end the cycle. We must be better. I like that one too. But this one was like, just got the blades. Fucking talking to like ghosts, and oh my god.
You want to put so?
I don't know
if you're getting chills off that, like I think that's good.
I wonder, like, I'd have to look at the whole line because this is the only one I saw online. Because obviously I was doing research for this. Yeah, I was like, oh man, this one was great. But I have to see if he said I know, and then he goes into I'm your monster no more or something. I gotta see how that works.
Yeah. So I had the one like don't be sorry, be better.
Yeah.
And that kind of hit home for me because my dad, and we've talked about this before, where my dad's as a kid, he would always say like use your head.
Right.
And I hated that. I was so angry with it.
Right.
And when Kratos said that, where it's like don't be sorry, be better, I got the same vibes of just what are you doing? Like use your head, be better, be smarter. Like that hit home so hard for me where I'm just like, I got this like flashback and I was angry and I'm just like, wait a minute, am I the kid? Am I like the kid playing Kratos? Am I actually playing Kratos? This is weird, out of context thing, but yeah, I liked it. Anyway. No, I think the Your Monster No More is a good one. I put it on the list. We can talk about it again.
Sure.
I like that even more than the other one.
Yeah, I just think the whole context of what's going on and like,
yeah,
man, what a fucking fantastic game.
Here's one. I don't know if this is going to make the list, but I'm going to try to do the accent here with this. But, grass grows, birds fly, sun shines, and brother, I hurt people. I might be a little too Boston with that, but yeah, I don't even know if that's Boston.
Have I played this?
Probably not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What is it?
It's Team Fortress 2.
Oh, Scout.
Yeah.
Holy so whenever shit. I was like, dude, I know this.
Whenever Valve put out all those like characters, and then they took forever with the pyro, which ended up being pretty good.
Yeah,
that was the one where it's just like Scout is just like donk, just like oh, so the animation, the voices, the way they like introduce themselves and stuff, that's better than any like gritty like, oh, here's Rainbow Six, here's all the different characters, and it's like, no, this is like, oh, it's so good.
Team Fortress 2 was an amazing game, man.
It had such personality.
Yeah,
like,
such character, and
if you could just remaster that, remake it, like you could
still play it. Dude, people still play it today.
Yeah, but
because the style of it, it's like, what are you gonna do? Improve the graphics? Like, it's just I
don't even know if you necessarily need to improve the graphics. I think, and it's been forever since I played it. Yeah. It probably plays fine now that I'm more used to mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, I haven't played it forever either.
I would pick a night, and if we could get enough people to play, I would play it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I was never good at it. I was always really bad at it.
Harbin would destroy us, but I would absolutely want to play that game.
I was always really bad at that game. I would get really frustrated, but it was a cool game. Like, it was really cool.
Yeah.
So it was good. All right, so here's my Batman one.
Yep.
Oops, spoilers.
Okay.
This
is the one we talked about?
No, it's not yours.
Oh, it's your Batman.
Yeah, my Batman.
I'm sorry.
One. Yep. It spoils in the first line anyways. Tell me, Bats, what are you really scared of? Failing to save this cesspool of a city? Not finding the commissioner in time? Me in a thong?
But with Mark Hamill's
Exactly. That's one where it's I'm not even going to try to do Mark Hamill. Yep. But that's from Arkham Asylum.
That's a good one. Personally, I like the after everything or after all you've done, I still would have saved you.
See, I was going to put that one on the 2, but I was like, it's really back and forth. So
it is, but that just that line from Batman, and not to gloss over that one. Do you think that belongs on the list?
Well, if let me hear what you have to say about yours, because I love, like, if we had to pick one of the 2.
So with
what part of yours counts?
What do you mean?
So what part of yours would be the quote?
Mine would be, even after everything you've done, I still would have saved you. That's the quote.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why that's such a good quote, and like obviously...
Well, doesn't he say, you know what's funny?
Yeah. Right.
And then he says that?
Yes.
Or does the Joker say what? You understand? Because if he said, you know what's funny, after everything you've done, I still would have saved you.
I think it's funny, but
it doesn't actually matter because you don't get the payoff.
I was going to say,
it doesn't. Yeah, that is funny.
My whole thing, and like this doesn't necessarily have to be on the list, but my whole thing is with the Batman, the Joker, and everything. So if you look at the comics and you have this thing where the Joker tells that in the one with Barbara Gordon, he talks about like the two crooks that get away, and the guy's like turns the flashlight on and runs across. It's like, you turn it off on me or whatever. And the Joker and Batman laugh. That's kind of the thing, is like Batman tells like kind of like a sad joke type of thing. Yeah. But he says like, you killed people. I'm going to put you away. You're going to get out. You're going to kill more people. And like that's like the more extended quote, and there is some back and forth there. But then at the end, he's just like, and I still would have saved you. I don't think you necessarily need all the context. Like you need to know like what was happening in the game. But that line of just like, I still would have saved you. I still would have done it. I still would like. I think that is the relationship of Batman and Joker.
No, absolutely. I think that's a great one, and I feel like you can include the context in there because that's the same thing we're doing in the Kratos quote, right?
Right. Yeah.
He's talking to, is it Athena?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure I got that right. So yeah. So he's talking to her, and like obviously, if you have the whole back and forth. It's better, but even just the singular quote. Yeah, so I would go with yours. I do like this one, though, as well.
Oh, it's funny. There was another one where Batman's like, it was all a lie. There's nothing wrong with you. And then Joker's like, nice of you to say, but you of all people should know there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, it's such a good line. But again, it's the two of them.
Exactly.
You need them together. So,
but yeah.
I don't know if either of them necessarily would go on the list personally.
That's a good one, man.
It is.
That's like describes their relationship.
All right, we'll put on the maybes. And
because like you're absolutely right. It's just a combination of kind of everything, right? You have anything else? I think I'm kind of running out.
Are you tapped out?
I'm trying to see because why don't you go?
Sure, I have a couple here. Nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Ezio.
Yeah. Well, see, that's such a yes. Sure.
Is that Ezio or no?
I'll tell you yours first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and technically it's not even him.
Is that their creed or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to find the one where it's like we work in the dark to serve the light.
I don't know that one.
I thought that was part of their mantra, but I might be wrong because I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Let me try to look that up. So go ahead.
So that doesn't need to be on the list. I think that's definitely
worth,
a cool one. Worth doing. How about Trust Me?
Trust Me?
Yeah.
That could be anything.
I know. But if you put it on BT from Titanfall 2,
and he holds his
hand out after the whole game where he's like, trust me. And he just launches you. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about chills? That might be the quote that gave me chills personally. Which I know it's such a short quote. It's not like anything like crazy, but again, with all the context around it, man, what a great one.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
with all, I know you're a sucker for that.
I am. Such a good one. And then the other two I had, it's by the same person. So one is the Would You Kindly, classic. Like that thing is
the one I had was a man chooses, slave obeys.
Both of them are very, very good.
Yeah, that's a wow.
I would probably do the second one.
Do you remember playing that game for the first time? Yep. And it's like, Would You Kindly and shit. Wow.
And then it's just this revelation. And
actually, I think the revelation in Infinite is better.
Yeah.
Because like after that one, you're like up at night, like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah, you're looking up like quantum mechanics and everything. Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
But BioShock was a great series.
The thing that I didn't like with BioShock was not with BioShock itself, but like people they're like, oh, that's just so like trite, or that's so like you saw that coming a mile away. Like, no, you didn't. Like, you shut up. Like, you didn't. It was just like, now people are so jaded on everything. So all these games that did these like cool things or these cool storytellings or these like aha moments, it's like with Bruce Willis being dead the whole time in 6. It's like, oh, that's so lame. Like, no, at the time when you played it, it was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm sorry, my 16-year-old self or 15-year-old self or whatever was, blown away by it. But
no, I absolutely agree with that. But it is tough though, because like sometimes you just have people who try to just surprise you. Mm-hmm. It's got to be a natural kind of, I don't know.
I thought that one, like, it's a entire game payoff. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Is like it's
the whole game. Yeah, exactly. I did find the quote here.
Yeah, hit it. That's
oh shit. Okay, here we go. So here's the whole creed of the assassins.
Yeah.
Being an assassin does not simply mean killing your enemies. It means you see the world in its true form. Others choose to abide by a corrupt society. They choose a comfortable life. But as an assassin, you see the corruption of society. Therefore, you choose to live apart from it. It's a hard life, and only those who can survive alone make it through. We work in the dark to serve the light. We are the assassins.
Does anybody say that?
That's what I was trying to find.
I don't remember. Like, maybe that's written down somewhere.
They had to say it at some point in the game, right?
I don't think they said it. I mean, maybe. Actually, you know what? Maybe if was it Mulahim or whatever?
Yeah.
Like the leader, he was the one. I vaguely remember him like walking through town talking, and maybe that's like a monologue he has or something. But I don't know. So I know we glossed over it. So do either BioShock or Titanfall 2 make it on the maybes?
You were right. You're absolutely right about that's who says it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So it
Sean
was
Alsa Baha?
Yeah,
I don't know. Whoops.
Yeah, so
that was in the first game, I guess.
It was, yeah. It was Assassin's Creed.
That's a cool line.
That was back when Assassin's Creed was again like.
But you think that Odyssey is the best?
Odyssey is the best game.
Yeah.
I think Assassin's Creed 1 is my favorite.
Really, the first one?
For not gameplay or anything like that. I think Assassin's Creed 2 is great. From old school Assassin's Creed, 2 was an amazing evolution and a great jump for the series. I think Brotherhood personally is my favorite, but that's kind of where I'm at with that. But Assassin's Creed 1, when you look at what it did, the ambition it had on Xbox, all that stuff, the weird mysteries, all like that was so novel and cool and sweet. Like and to be fair, I like the whole Jerusalem more than Italy personally.
Oh, okay.
That's me.
Sure.
I like the kind of the old school stuff.
Those were cool games, man.
But pure gameplay, Odyssey.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's
Creed.
Not fair because it's like 20 years later.
Well, sure, but then bring up Odyssey against Origins and Valhalla. I still think Odyssey is better than both of those.
That's fair.
So
okay, so you were sorry, I cut you off there. So you were asking if Titanfall 2 is on the list.
Titanfall 2 and BioShock. Do either of those make
it? Maybe BioShock? Do you like Titanfall 2? Are you fighting for that one?
So here's the thing. Trust me is not a great quote in of itself.
I think we've already established that context matters, though. So we can do maybe.
All right, we'll put it in the maybe. And then, do you like the slave chooses, or do you like the would you kindly? Because here's the thing: would you kindly is not technically a quote. It's always would you kindly turn off that radio, grab that radio.
Yeah, so I do a man choose, slave obeys.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. Cool.
What a fucking creepy scene, man! I'm just like the golf club and everything.
Yeah. Dude, that whole thing, like that game,
wild game.
I know they remastered it, but if I could pick a remake,
I
would. Well, so the only half of that is they're remaking Dead Space, which I'm very excited for. Right. And I don't like horror games. I mean, neither of us
That was always a real
Dead Space 2,
one,
though. Oh my gosh, I love that game.
Yep, that was a cool.
The only game I played, beat, immediately restarted, and beat again.
Wow.
I have no idea why. I don't love it that much.
That's amazing.
I just enjoyed it so much. I was like, no, I'm going to do this again.
Wow.
I just went through it again.
I don't know if I've ever done that in my life.
I have no idea why, but for whatever reason, because I know that was one of the first times I actually did like a Game Plus, like a new Game Plus. So you didn't lose anything. It was like you kept all your stuff.
Right.
So it was like this natural like,
so I'm just going to keep going.
Badass. Yeah, I'm just going to keep wrecking some aliens.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
I might have done that for Mass Effect 2.
I think once we get back into like Halloween time and stuff, we're gonna have to make a list of
horror games.
We need to just kind of like pick some nights and just play it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. I hate horror games, so that'll be funny to watch.
So we got a whole bunch of things on the list.
Yeah, I think I'm tapped out in terms of what I have. Let me just take another look.
All right.
I think. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, I think. Oh, War Never Changes, Fallout. Just wanted to get that out there. I know you're not a big fan of Fallout.
I'm not a big Fallout fan. It's a great quote.
It's a classic line, man.
For sure.
I wouldn't put it on, but you start every game like that. I mean, in a pretty big series.
How do you feel about like It's a Me?
It's a Me, Mario?
Yeah. Or anything like that. Like, okie dokie. Okay.
I like the Princess in Another Castle more, actually.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be a little weird when we're listing these out.
Yeah.
So if we need context or something, like, hopefully people can follow along with this.
Yeah.
So right now we have Cave Johnson's Lemons.
Yeah.
Which we'll play here in a minute. We have the finishing. So the problem is now some of the. Oh, okay. I have autocorrect on, so it's changing.
Yes, I was going to say
finishing this fight with Master Chief.
Finishing this fight.
I kind of think that might go on the list personally, but
Sir finishing this fight.
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
It's like his most iconic line.
Yeah,
ever.
So
he doesn't say a lot of shit, man.
The only thing that I didn't like about not the only thing I didn't.
What did he say to him again? I'm trying to remember. Is he just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm trying to remember when that happened though.
At the end of 2, like whenever he's taking the bomb out.
Oh, the bomb, yeah, that's right.
But the problem is too, like he.
How good is that going to look? Fuck yes.
Actually, is it? Yeah, it's got to be the bomb. But the problem is, then they try to capitalize on that. So it's like, no, we have to finish the fight or whatever. And it's like, you may as well wink at the camera, you stupid. Like don't like that was such a good line. Don't water it down and make him say that on every game.
Yeah,
like that. You take it away, and I want to kind of divorce that from.
No, I'm
from
talking
that extra
Halo
stuff.
2 in isolation for sure.
Absolutely.
I was thinking about Sergeant Johnson's kind of send off as well, where he's like, he says something like, send me out with a bang or something.
Yeah, something like that. And then there's some like Gears of War ones, like, oh, look at all that juice, or like,
I was looking for a good Gears of War one, but I couldn't find like a real good one.
There was one where he was like screaming about, like, he's like, I just lost my brother. You can like,
what's the one where he cuts himself out of the huge thing and he's like,
I was trying to find it. He's like, I don't even know.
Yeah, I was trying to find that too.
I couldn't find it.
Me neither. That's a funny moment, but I don't know if it's a good quote.
Or like when I think it's, so that is a perfect line. Maybe it's not like the most impactful quote, but that is, I don't think I've ever related to
a delivery. That's a delivery, right?
So
like that's all performance.
Can you imagine that reading a script? Like, okay, so you just cut yourself out of a giant worm. You just, I don't even know. It's just like, because he's like, you never see them exasperated. It's always like, I'm a cog. I'm gonna do all these things. And then Mark is just like laying in like,
that's too much
goop, and he's just like, I don't know.
Like this,
That's so good. All right, so finishing this fight, get over here. Nay. Yeah, okay. You don't seem. I'll take that one off. I
hesitant about that one.
That's fine.
I mean, it is a really good one. These are all like. I'm like, okay, yeah. Is it iconic?
Yes, it's solid.
But is it impactful? Yeah, when you're getting your ass beat. But
right. Well, I mean.
How strongly do you feel about it?
So here's the thing. I like it a lot. I think it and this is the thing that I was talking about earlier, where I'm trying to split the difference between like notability.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. And like popularity and like, just it's not get over here. It's get over here. Like
it's a great delivery.
If you tell anybody it, they will say it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I see.
Like
I'm not considering the delivery of it.
Neither am I. I'm just saying like
it's about the quote, really,
it's
right?
It's such an impactful quote within culture and things like that.
Yeah, it is.
So it just depends how much weight you put on there. I'm fine taking it off the list if you're not sold on it. And I think that
culturally is huge, right?
Well, our love of the game should factor in. So like, War Never Changes is a great line, and if I was into Fallout, I'm sure I would be fighting for that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking as well. Is like I'm not a Mortal Kombat guy, I respect it,
sure,
but it's just not. But
this is our list, and I
don't get fond memories of hearing "Get Over Here." I just know it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure, no, off the list, totally fine. So we have the finishing. Sorry, our Prince is Another Castle.
No,
really, take that one off. Okay.
Do you want it on?
I don't want to take it off just yet. Is
okay,
that right?
Sure.
Air to the Knee.
I think that
from
goes
Skyrim. I already have that checked.
Yeah, it's a fucking amazing line. It's like it was the stupidest shit. I was like, why is this so funny?
Over and over. I think the
because it's repetition
and stuff. Yeah. It was. That's in a bunch of other games. Like a lot of people are like pulling in other games for the memes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's like not even funny, but it's hilarious.
I don't want. My only thing is I will not fight for that to be number one, and I don't want to jump the gun. But like, it's funny,
Tyler's telling us what number one's going to be.
No, I'm just saying I will fight for it not to be. Okay, so how do you feel about the double kill from Halo?
Oh, that's a great one. It's just like, oh man, but I feel like that's purely just iconic and not like double. What does fucking double kill mean? It doesn't mean anything, So there's no weight on it.
It's a good.
But is it nostalgia? Yeah. That's a tough one. I'm very back and forth on that one. Let's skip it right now.
Okay, we can skip it. Butt Stallion is on the list.
That's on the list easily. That's amazing.
What about Your Monster No More?
I personally really like that one, like I said, but I'm curious to see how you feel about it.
Let's keep it on the list. Currently, I would not put it on the list.
Okay.
However, I have God of War loaded up. I'm pretty sure whenever I get to that point again, and after going through it, like I'm sure I'll feel differently.
Yeah, him walking right by her, just looking her in the face and saying that. It's like, dude, I was chills at that point, man.
I have Save You written down. Do we know which one that was?
Save
go back.
You?
Yeah. The Batman.
Oh,
so
yeah.
After everything, I would have saved you.
I like it. After you kind of going with the context there, you know what I mean?
Do you like that more than Your Monster No More? Or do you like the Kratos over Batman?
I like the Batman over Kratos.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think we can get rid of Kratos then.
That's not that you can only have one or the other.
It's in the same vein of like serious
I just think that the Batman
protagonist, antagonist, a lot of history. It's the same thing
in context. Yeah,
it's the same thing. Building off the whole legacy, right?
Man Chooses, Slave Obeys.
That's a good one.
It is a very good one.
I think I'd put it on because that's one of the first ones I thought of, man.
Yeah. No, I mean that's absolutely was. I
went right to BioShock because that's like everyone knows that one too. That's just such a good quote.
How about Trust Me?
Well,
so we have 4 on the list right now. We have Heir to the Knee, Butt Stallion. I would have saved you, and the Man Chooses, Slave Obeys. Those are the 4 we have.
Okay, I won't eliminate Titanfall right now. What else do we have?
All right, Your Monster No More is getting knocked off.
Yeah.
I still need to play. Tell you what, I'm going to splice in Cave Johnson right here. All right?
Okay.
So 3, 2, 1, and here we go.
All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Dude, the fact that that's J.K. Simmons makes that so much better.
It brings you like a smile to your face. And again, I'm not like you didn't play the game, right? So I'm not gonna fight for it to be on the list, but
that's a great line though, man.
The delivery, the writing, it's so funny.
Yeah, with all the context too. That kind of makes I'm very interested. Like I don't really know how that game ends. Like I have kind of ideas about it. Like obviously it's some sort of test whatever, but
if it hasn't. So again with Portal 1, I said you didn't need to to play that.
Right.
I think it's cool. It gives you an idea of like what to expect, but I think not playing Portal 1 you miss like one initial payoff. So the quote that I said where it's like, "Oh, hey, how have you been? You know, I've been really busy being dead."
Because
like obviously she's back. So like that's the big aha moment in Portal 2, but that's early on.
Right.
So the Portal 2 is so good, and it does not end the way you think it would.
How long is Portal 1?
Oh, that's a good question. I want to say like 6 to 8 hours, maybe. Or no, Portal 1. I'm sorry, is probably like 4 hours. And
I mean that's something I could literally
6 to 8.
just fucking run through, right?
Yes. And if you want to see like here's where it started, here's how much they've improved it.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if it.
Those games hold up pretty well, though. I mean, they,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
are pretty easy. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So what do we have left?
So anyway,
that's the context.
So how do you feel about Cave Johnson?
I mean,
I understand
that's a great line, man.
It's very funny.
I'm all about it.
So another.
I love J.K. Simmons too. So like I'm sold.
And he's such a good. Like he didn't have to go that hard. You look at other like celebrities doing like voiceovers, kind of like for the first. And maybe it wasn't his first one.
Yeah.
But like look at the dude from Game of Thrones on Destiny.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage, where they literally like took him out because he was just
terrible,
so bad. Yeah.
It's not easy.
Just bored.
Yeah.
So do we take out Princess in Another Castle?
Yeah, it doesn't really speak to me too much.
So so we still have Finishing the Fight.
Yeah.
Cave Johnson.
Yeah.
Double Kill. We'll kill Double Kill because
Yeah,
Finishing the Fight should probably be on there.
Yeah,
so we'll take Double Kill out.
I agree.
So we have Cave Johnson, Finishing the Fight, or Trust Me?
I would do Finishing the Fight or Cave Johnson.
Yeah.
Over Trust Me.
Do we like Finishing the Fight over Arrow to the Knee or Butt Stallion, like Batman Save You, or The Man Chooses Slave Obeys?
The only one I would replace it with is probably Batman.
Yeah. I would take Master Chief. So I like the Batman quote a lot.
Yeah. You take Master Chief and Lemons over that?
Yes.
I could do that.
I would give up Trust Me with Titanfall.
That's fine.
To do, because I think the writing is just so good on the Lemons one.
Oh, yeah. The Lemons one is pretty thorough, to say the least. That's a good line, man. It's not even a fucking line. It's a fucking book, but
it's a monologue. And like technically, it's
good.
like the second monologue, but still, it's good.
But
enough
in
by
itself, it's like, it's so J.K.
Do you see what I was talking about though, where Gladys was like interjecting as he was talking?
She's like his hype man,
but she's not. It's not a conversation.
It's not a conversation.
He is talking through a recording. So.
It's not her. Like you could have his line itself, and it'd still be just as good.
Right.
But it is kind of funny hearing her like, yeah.
He says what we're all thinking.
In such a monotone voice.
Burn it down.
Yeah.
There is a cool thing where whenever you're killing Gladys in the first one, you're like destroying like different cores and stuff like that of hers. And someone noted that like whenever you take her morality core and burn it, she changes her voice and she's different now from that point on. It's like different, like just like these little things are so it's so well done. Valve needs to make some stuff.
Yeah,
they just put Half-Life Alyx down.
Yeah, they're just doing VR stuff. That they're like really into that.
Yeah.
All right. So
we have Cave Johnson's Lemons.
Yeah.
We have Finishing the Fight.
Yeah.
Arrow to the Knee, Butt Stallion, and A Man Chooses, A Slave Obeys. Those are the 5.
Okay.
What should be number 5? You want to put Cave Johnson number 5?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't have a lot of
no. That's dude. I'm just happy he's on the list. Yeah, sure.
I do respect it though, for sure, and maybe it would. I would think differently once I play the game. It's funny though. It's a good line.
He's so good throughout.
Yeah,
he's so good. Because like that, obviously you saw like where he kind of.
Yeah.
Not well, you get spoil it. Like he's sick at that point. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, you get a lot of context. Just what you showed me there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is pretty fucking good. J.K. Simmons is the best, man.
He did a very good job.
He's so good.
Okay, so Cave Johnson's Lemons is number 5.
Yeah.
What do you think number 4 is?
Yeah, this is tough now.
For me,
I'm thinking Skyrim maybe.
I would say Arrow to the Knee. In all honesty, I would actually put Arrow to the Knee at 5 and put J.K. Simmons up personally. But
you know what? I agree.
You think?
Yeah, because Arrow to the Knee's on there for the memes.
And it's not a good delivery.
No.
Like it's
that's the point.
Right. But that's the thing. It's just like
yeah, let's flop them.
I feel
like
better
that
about
actually.
that.
Yeah, I like that actually.
So then our top 3 would be Finishing This Fight, Butt Stallion, A Man Chooses, A Slave Obeys.
Yeah. I'd put Chief at 3.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
I would, looking at that, I actually want to say Man Chooses, Slave Obeys.
At 3?
It's a better line. I think
it's way better line.
Yeah, I'll give
and
you
the
that.
whole
Yeah.
fucking
Let's do it. Let's do that.
Reveal and everything,
Yep.
and yeah.
All right, so Master Chief finishing this fight.
I can still picture that. Like you're looking at him through the glass, and he's putting. Like, dude, that scene's just burned in my brain, man.
No, you're right.
I don't know.
You're right. So then the other 2 is Butt Stallion, Man Chooses, Slave Obeys.
I want Butt Stallion to be number 1.
So do I.
That's the greatest quote ever.
My first quote was Cave Johnson.
Yeah.
My very second quote, 100%, was Handsome Jack.
My first thing I thought of was A Man Chooses, Slave Obeys.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that our first gut reactions are all on here. That means we're doing something right, probably.
All right. So do we want? I guess we'll just do the shorthand.
Yeah. Right.
Go through the whole thing. So number 5 is Skyrim's Arrow to the Knee quote.
Yep.
Number 4 is Portal 2's Cave Johnson talking about lemons.
Lemon quote.
Number 3 is Master Chief from Halo 2, Sir finishing this fight.
Yep.
Number 2 is Andrew Ryan, Man Chooses, Slave Obeys from BioShock. And then number 1, Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2 talking about Butt Stallion.
I will defend this list to the death. I don't give a shit. That's an amazing quote. That is the funniest shit ever.
It is very good.
There it is in stone.
That's it.
Top 5
That's a fun
quotes
one.
from video games.
I gotta. So the only one I need to splice in is the
Cave Johnson one.
Cave Johnson one.
Yeah.
So hopefully I did not forget about that. I hope everyone enjoyed that quote.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because you heard it already.
I'll remind you this time as well because I think you forgot one.
I forgot one.
Yeah,
forget one.
Ugh. All right, well there you go. There's our top 5 this week, and that's all we got for you.
What did you say for next week? Enemies?
Top 5 enemy types. Yeah,
that would be good. Is it weird to do video games back to back?
We can do that, or we could skip a week and then do that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We're going to talk. We do that sometimes.
Occasionally.
Yeah,
we'll play some It Takes Two tomorrow.
Yep, It Takes Two. I'll try to... I got a 3-day weekend, so it's going to be gaming from here on out. So we'll try to do that.
You could probably knock out God of War in a day.
Maybe Monday.
In a solid day.
I got to finish Final Fantasy. It's going to be Final Fantasy, maybe then God of War, and then once everything's out of the way, it's going to be Forza time.
Here's the problem. I didn't do the expansion for Final Fantasy. I just thought of that. I probably have to do that.
Yeah, are you going to do that?
Yeah. Are we talking about it? I assume so.
Yes.
Crap.
Kyle hasn't done that either.
Okay, well then we got some time.
We got time, exactly. Yeah. I don't know who our first guest is going to be. Maybe we just draw at straws. We have like 6 of them, right?
We have 6.
Yeah, we got 6 of them.
Yep.
Maybe we send them an official invite to do it.
Yeah.
See if they are interested first.
Sure.
And then, that is going to be fun. But yeah, a lot of video games to play. We're going to do that. Also, want to quickly mention before we sign out that I do have a Clash tournament tonight, which is for League of Legends.
You have a Clash tournament tonight.
So it's going to be me, my buddy in the research department, and a couple other guys duking it out on the Rift. So wish us luck.
I can't spectate that, huh? Can't hype you up? Can't cheer?
Yeah, you can if I do it in Discord.
Oh, yeah, but I don't want to,
get on the comms.
Distract you. Or
deafen yourself.
I could do that, yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, let me know. All right, there we go. That's all we got for you folks. Thanks for joining us, as always. And next week, same time, same place, we'll have a review for you. Probably another top 5 and a bunch of other shenanigans that we always get into. So,
yeah,
exciting times.
We love the shenanigans.
As always, thanks for joining us on the couch. Peace.